Woohoo! We live.
We're live, and my dogs are going crazy.
That's all right. Just do like John and cuss at them.
Right?
I talk to mine nicely whenever they're being bad.
Why is my live not showing up on my YouTube page?
It might take a minute.
I like having YouTube run on the other thing so I can look at the comments. There we go.
You lie so you could steal some extra watch time.
Well, hey, if that works, that's okay too.
You lie so you
Okay, let's mute that.
can. Where?
There we go. We've got no one watching.
That's
I hit
good.
I hit the thumbs up on my stream. Hit the thumbs up on my stream, man.
I did.
Oh, I got 3 now.
Oh, that's me. I got my That was
No, I
me.
got 3 thumbs up.
Oh, well, the vineyard chicks, KK.
Look at that. 3 thumbs up already. Nice.
My alarm for me to take my medicine that I'm not taking no more.
I was gonna say, what's I'm gonna blow up over there?
Oh man, dude, I got some work done today. I tell you.
Nice.
I got 3 doors hung on the greenhouses. I got 1 more to go on the 2 greenhouses that were put together already. Then I need a frame in because I wasn't thinking it. I was thinking before the prices and everything went up, I was going to make my own doors.
Yeah.
And the price of wood's just too much. It was cheaper just to buy the door. So I have about a 4-inch opening that I have to close up to be able to seal it for the door.
Yeah.
I got to finish that, and then on the greenhouse number 3, to be able to put plastic on, I need to finish running the wiggle wire channel on the top hoops and trim out a few things on the sides.
Nice.
I could easily have it done before I go back to work.
Nice.
I don't think I will.
Why not?
Well, Monday I gotta go to the doctor, and then Monday afternoon I gotta bring Colt to the eye doctor again for his checkup. Um, the weather's not gonna be real conductive for for putting that plastic on the top.
It'll be windy.
Yeah, yeah, we're supposed to be back in the high 30s. To
30s.
yeah, to day not tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. We're supposed to be it's just for the day. We're gonna wake up in the morning. It's gonna be in the 30s, and then we're gonna be back almost 80 within 24 hours.
I don't think we even have 30s coming yet. Well, I mean, we've had 30s overnight, but
Well, that's it. Yeah, overnight. Overnight. It's gonna be the low at night.
yeah, like 39 the low tonight. Saturday's night 35. But I mean, that's not too bad. It's still right now. It's gonna still be in the 40s during the day, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, when I say the temperatures, it's all nighttime temperatures.
Yeah.
Um, it just doesn't pay to talk about anything else.
Arkansas woodcutter, welcome. What's
up,
happening?
brother? How you been, Mr. Mark?
Yeah, we're definitely going to be frosty this coming week too. Monday night it's going to go down to 31. He did say, "What's up, gentlemen?" Though I don't know if he was talking to us.
Oh, talking to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody else in here, but
he had his Meyer lemons in his greenhouse. I wonder how they're holding up. I seen that in the last video I watched from him. He had a lot of stuff going on.
Hanging out with family, saw you were on. Yeah, just popped up to chat. Figure we hang out a little bit, see who wants to come in.
We're gonna make it some watch time, whether people watch or not. We're gonna visit,
right?
Talk about the snow over there and the
the
beautiful weather over here.
There's no snow.
Shush! I picked my tools up twice today. I picked my tools up twice today because it looked like it was gonna rain, and it didn't.
It's not gonna snow.
No snow.
Mm-mm. Actually, Sunday they said we could get a mix of rain and flurries, but it's not going to happen.
I'm glad it's you.
I had to blow my leaves down to the curb again tonight. I've done that 3 times already.
Why you don't mulch that?
There's way too many leaves, man.
Never.
Oh yeah,
By the time you pass over that with a lawnmower, you ain't gonna end up with enough.
oh yeah. You'd be surprised. I could run over just when I get in the backyard and have plenty. A
Got a spring.
sprinkle. Abundant Acres Homestead. How's it going? Listen to Cajun. I don't know if I can listen to Danny too much.
You got to. I'm always right, boy. Hey,
I don't know about always.
last time we went to Ohio and it was around Thanksgiving. The last time we went to Ohio and it was around Thanksgiving, not the last time. But we're riding around and they got all these people in the exactly. You can never have enough compost. All the maple trees and all that had fallen and it was just packed up all up against all the fences and stuff like that.
I just shared the link. If anybody wants to come up, Anti-Social Auto Cropper. How you doing tonight?
Sheena was telling me, man, if we lived up here, you'd be riding around filling the back of your truck up.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think.
I like to put words in people's mouth too.
No.
It frustrating the voiceovers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, right behind my house, there's Forever Wild Woods. So a lot of times I pick up the leaves and I throw them all in the back, and then it breaks down. If I ever needed soil, I could go back there and probably get some seriously fertile soil.
Yeah.
That's where all my garden clippings go. Everything I pull out of the garden at the end of the year, just gotta toss it over the fence.
Yeah. We don't have many trees and stuff around here. Not in town and all that. Not enough. Mr. Mark, don't tell him that, please. His head won't fit in that screen.
My
He
head will
thinks
fit
he's
just
always
fine.
right.
Oh, I'm right a lot.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I could go back there and get as much dirt as I really need. Freezing rain.
Y'all come up and visit with us.
Ooh, freezing rain, not good. That's true. That's true.
But I have my raised beds in the backyard.
Yeah, I have beds in the backyard too. You can't just put all your eggs in one basket, like they say, right? You got to spread it out a little bit.
I was glad I had that basket this year, though, man. It's right at 1,400 pounds, 1,370 something pounds from the two greenhouses. We didn't even weigh the stuff in the back. Sheena I asked Sheena how much, what the difference in tomatoes was from the front to the back. I didn't weigh none in the back. Papa's coming over here and pick them up 10, 15 gallons at a time to make sauce with because they were all ugly and beaten up and stuff. So she never even weighed them.
It's all right. They make good salsa.
He made tomato sauce with it.
Yeah.
For chilies and stuff. He picked up, I think it was 21 5-gallon buckets out of the back. I don't know how many we threw away.
Yeah. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some sauce as well. I still got all mine in the freezer.
Yep.
I just froze them whole, so I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna get one of those the food mills. I'm gonna process them like that. I'm actually gonna make paste,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna make out of all the paste tomatoes. I'll make a paste, and then I'll make out of the other tomatoes, including some cherries, a sauce, and then I'll mix them together for a final nice spaghetti sauce.
We put up
0.
Wow. We put up like 60 pounds of processed tomatoes in the I'm turning my volume down.
Yeah, I don't know the weight of all the ones, but my upstairs, I have a side by side fridge and freezer, and I'd say probably at least 2 shelves are full. Well, maybe 3 shelves are full of tomatoes and peppers. Yeah. Well, I could actually take them out and just drop them into boiling water for a few seconds. They'd split right off.
We
But the
blanched them.
food mill, no, I wasn't gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet because they have to completely thaw for me to process them through the food mill.
I was gonna say we blanched ours before we put them in. I wanted to stop the sugars and stuff from continuing to dissolve and break down. So we
Yeah,
blanched them and we peeled them and then we chopped them up. Next year we're gonna try to. I have a big meat process, meat grinder.
yeah,
We're gonna just use They got a half-inch. Well, it's like a kidney. They got 3 holes on it, and
yeah.
we're just gonna try to pass it through there and see how it works out.
Nice. Hey, Voon Chow, thanks for coming in.
Hey, cool.
Good to see you.
So we're gonna try to pass it through there to keep larger chunks of it. We use one of them Vidalia onion chopper things,
Yeah,
and it's real small.
yeah. I gotta see. I don't know if I let them sit and thaw out if they're gonna be too mushy or I don't know.
You can chop them up.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna run them through the food mill anyways, but I
See,
don't know.
I don't like the meal. We save the seeds and all. I don't seed them.
Yeah. See, I want to de-seed it.
Oh, you
Let's
got
just-
to. That's right.
Well, no, yeah.
Supposed to.
I'm not supposed to have seeds, so yeah, I'm gonna try to get them all out the best I can.
Well, I can't wait to have that last greenhouse put up. We'll be starting
Yeah.
the tomato seeds middle of the next month. Well, right before the wedding, I'm going to start the tomato seeds.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta send you those seeds still.
Oh, I'm
For
just
those,
starting. I'm just starting the seeds for the greenhouses right now. The stuff outside is going to be another probably 2 months after that, month and a half.
You're gonna do the cherry tomatoes outside.
Yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, I still gotta send them to you.
those what were they?
Pink bumblebee.
Yeah, hadn't you sent me a couple of them already? I need a look.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
I don't remember, dude.
I sent you a lot of seeds, so I don't remember either. But I didn't think.
I'm not gonna show the places where they came from, but that's not even all of them. Just seeds. Still getting seeds.
People sending them to you, or you bought those?
No, I bought. That's a couple of them that I bought, but all those brown packages of stuff people send.
Nice.
Like, we want to send you some seeds. I'm like, please. I mean, I really don't. I appreciate it, but they show up.
Yeah, I mean, I sent some seeds out to some people, and through email, they're like, "Oh, I got seeds if you want some." I'm like, I really don't want to take them because I don't really think I'm going to use them. I don't have enough room.
That 7 cubic foot freezer's full. I can't even put those in it. And there's just seeds in it.
Sourdough bread. I love sourdough bread.
I don't know if I've ever
Is
had.
Mark sending sourdough bread to everybody? Is that what I heard?
Just seeds in it.
Sourdough bread. I love sourdough bread.
Kitty rubbers.
Is Mark sending sourdough bread to everybody?
Oh yeah.
Just seeds in it.
Ooh.
Sourdough bread. I love sourdough bread.
Your YouTube's still running.
Sourdough bread to
I think I'm a mess here.
everybody? Aren't we all?
Let's try that.
That sounds
better?
better.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm.
Check
Bad
the
buddy.
mail. It better
Yeah.
come soon. It'll be frozen by the time I get it.
Kenny, you have your Christmas tree set up already?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's beautiful.
It's usually on Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, look at there. See?
That's been up all year.
It's always up at our house, I think. I think there's a tree in every room.
We have three. We have 3 of them on the first floor.
Oh yeah.
My wife likes trees.
Oh yeah. Mine does too. I think she set it up most of it up last night, but it's usually up by Halloween.
Yeah.
We
Oh.
usually, We usually go on Thanksgiving to go get a live tree.
Oh, that's cool.
They were expensive last year. Oh my God.
Thanks, Boone.
The guy's trying to tell me it's a 6-foot tree. I'm like, it's not. I'm 6 foot tall. It's not 6. It's like right here.
We used to get a real tree too, but it just got too much, so we just bought
started
fake
that
ones.
the first year we moved there. I always did it with my girls, and
Yeah.
when we moved back from Ohio, we started that with Maya and then with Colton. That's one thing Sheena won't let go. Mm-mm.
What's up, gentlemen?
How's it
Yeah,
going?
What's happening?
What's going on, Mark?
Hanging out with in-laws. My wife needed some help, so I'm down here hanging out.
There you go. You look like you're in a cave.
This is the greatest southern porch in the country. I promise you. Check this out. I mean, not every southern porch still has a chainsaw on it. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. I'm not Southern, but mine does.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
well, maybe I should have said redneck. I don't know, coon ass or something.
My chainsaw's in the garage.
What would Jeff be? New York? Kenny,
New
where are
York.
y'all at?
I'm a Yankee.
Indiana.
Indiana. You know, one thing I figured out going all over the country, California, Oregon, left coast, west coast, middle of the country, good people, no matter where they're at, you know. And there's a lot of us that are more alike than are different.
Yep.
I noticed that when I was living in Ohio. There's a lot of people. They're all the same.
Yeah. Good folks is good folks.
Oh, yeah.
You know what we have for supper tonight? I don't want to show my face. I shaved my face off.
I can see that.
Yeah, we can
I
see
hadn't
it.
had a clean shaven face since 2009. My wife told me, she got in bed with me. She said, I feel like a cougar. That made my night right there. I was good. I was set for life.
Never grown it back.
No, it's coming back. She didn't live up to her end of the bargain.
You give her a second chance then.
She said, if you'll keep that clean shaven, I'll kiss you every day. That lasted one day.
I got a month left and then I got to shave. One more time.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, I've been shaving for my daughter's getting married. My oldest daughter's getting married. So she asked me to shave. So I shaved it. I'm like, oh, well, I ain't got to shave till December. You know, the end of December. Like, no, you got to shave before the engagement party. You got to shave before this party. You got to shave before that party. She's even making me wear a tux.
You can be in a tux and a beard. Come on, man. Wear your boots. You'll be fine.
No, she told me no cowboy boots, no Wranglers, no button-up shirt.
Don't wear no shoes.
That'll go over well.
Up in my drawers. She didn't like that.
Oh.
You look a lot younger, Mr. Mark.
Yeah, I have to hide, man. When I was a much younger man, I started growing that beard to hide, so that way my wife and I could stay together. You know. You guys drink bourbon? Do y'all drink bourbon at all?
No.
No.
Okay. Nope. Well, there goes that discussion.
I know people that do. They swear by it.
I don't swear by it at all. My daddy was alcoholic, and that was rough. Even as an older man, dealing with a daddy that's an alcoholic's rough.
My brother was. His thing was anything he could drink. It didn't matter. Any type of alcohol.
Yeah.
I knew some guys that used
6 years ago.
Yeah. I've got my daddy-in-law or stepdaddy, mama's husband. He's ex-alcoholic, and he can't have anything in the house, even like, you know, mouthwash that's got it in it or anything. Mama started sipping around on some wine coolers and stuff, just kind of chilling out at the end of the day. And he finally asked her, he said, "Would you get that out of the house? You know, I don't think you understand what kind of trouble that
Oh,
is for me."
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got to
Oh
be
yeah.
rough.
Before I took my job in Ohio, when I wasn't at work, I was drinking, and it was. I don't drink sociably. I drink to get drunk. I'm not lying. That's
Yeah.
that's how it is. I could have 2, maybe 3 beers, and I'll start itching. You know, I'll start like that, and
You're
Sheena's
just
like,
getting
"We
warmed
gotta
up.
go. You
Yeah.
either get drunk or we gotta go." So we go because after that third beer, the Jägermeister has to start.
It's the Roundup.
Ooh.
What is that?
But beer is good, but gluten is bad. I mean, maybe it's the Roundup.
Organic, baby. Organic.
Yeah, organic beer.
When I took my job in Ohio, I was able to stay those 3 years over there. I was on 24-hour call, and there was 0 tolerance for any alcohol.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah, so, and when I wanted to go out and drink, I had to give them a 2-week notice. I'm serious. They had to find somebody and make sure it was all good. So,
Oh crap! I'll be right back. You just reminded me I'm on call. I need to find my phone.
If you're not looking for it before now, don't worry about it. It's late.
I got used to not drinking, so it worked out. It worked out well when I came back. I had a 12-pack of beer that stayed in the ice box for a year.
Yeah.
You know, I got Jägermeister in the ice box when I want to get tipsy.
Yeah, when when I feel like I gotta have a drink, I don't let myself get a drink. But if I can live or die, whatever, I usually let myself have one. But that's dangerous too. You know, I can remember when I was a much younger man, me and the boys going out, and a 30-pack a night wasn't any big deal. And then there was a day, it was about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, I started getting thirsty. You know what I mean? You could taste it. And you're like, it sure would be nice to have a beer. And I realized I was in trouble.
Well, when I hosted karaoke, to unload everything out my trailer took 3 trips. So I'd bring the first one. As soon as I walked in the bar, the bartender knew. Of course, Light, 3 shots of Jägermeister. I'd drink that. I'd go put up my first load. I'd go back, get another load, walk back in, another Coors Light, 3 shots of Jägermeister. So within the first 45 minutes to an hour, I had 9 shots of Jägermeister and 3 beers. But it was a fun night.
Yeah.
It was a fun night. And then when I wanted to get drunk, instead of the Coors Light, I would drink Crown, straight Crown and shots of Jägermeister.
I'm going to have to look up that Pinkus. I don't know if we can get that here, but.
Thank you, Voon. It's been a while since we've done any singing.
Are you going to sing tonight?
No.
Kenny, do you play?
No. Jeff's going to sing.
Sing.
Jeff, you sing?
No, Jeff doesn't sing or play anything. You don't want Jeff to sing or play anything.
That makes 2 of us. 2 of us.
No, nothing
I do
here.
have a guitar, but I don't play it.
No,
so I guess since I showed my face on here, this will be the first place I reveal this. I ain't driving that truck no more.
No?
No,
What
that's
happened?
done. Nothing. It's not for me. Too much time away. We got too much going on. I need to be down here supporting my wife, taking care of my family, not running my ass all over the road, chasing money, beating myself to death.
Yeah.
That's a hard life.
Yeah. I respect the heck out of those
Eric,
guys that do it, girls that do it. Eric Neal. There's some good Indiana folks.
There you go.
He did well this year. He planted late and everything, and he still did amazing.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't plant his 4 rows of okra, though.
You see that corn he had?
Yeah.
It's like as long as your leg.
My leg or your leg, Jeff?
It don't matter.
Oh,
it was long.
That reminds me. I'm glad you did that. My leg or your leg. See, when I was a much younger man, there was an old man that had a market garden, and he's like, "Come help me pick." I said, "What we pick?" He said, "Corn." I said, "Okay." So we get in the truck, and we drive 30, 40 minutes and get us a sandwich. You know, when you stop in them old country places, and it's like a gas station, and there's nuts and bolts, and in the back will be a meat counter. And the girl will fix you a sandwich and put it in wax paper for you. One of them places. Anyway, his garden was back there, and we're piddling around. We get to this corn patch, and it's long. It's not a big patch, but it's a good-sized patch. And he said, let's pick corn. I said, well, how do you know when they're ready? He said, well, pick them pecker size. I said, okay, I can do that. I'm familiar with that. So we go out there, and I'm picking corn, you know, about yay long and about yay big around. And I come back, and I look at all his corn, and all his corn is like twice the size of mine. I said, I thought you said to pick it pecker size. He said, some bigger than others. No. That same day.
I'd have been way out of luck. I wouldn't have got to pick none. They'd all been.
You know, that other guy that was with us, he was bringing back the baby corn. I felt sorry for him.
That's
pretty good.
So what you gonna be doing now?
You know what? With Dad dying, I'm telling you, man, this has been the hardest damn year of my life.
I can imagine.
I forgot who I was and can't turn to the bottle, so I got to deal with shit, you know. And I've been running on the road, and Jessica's got so much. It's just I'm gonna just stop and breathe and let God breathe into me something. You know what I mean? I just need some refreshing, and I'm just gonna be still and seek God and let Him fill my life with whatever He wants to do. I don't know what that looks like, but
you'll know when you see
that's it.
Yep.
I got a call earlier today to go back and work up north.
Yeah.
Like, while I had it on speakerphone talking to the guy, and she's just sitting there. Then I have to get on the phone. She's like, "What you told him?" I said, "No." She's like, "Well, how much money were they offering?" I didn't even ask. You were shaking your head no. You know, it's a lot more than I'd be making over here, but it's Scranton, PA, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Scranton's not too bad.
I couldn't deal with Ohio because of the cold weather. I don't think it's gonna be much better way up there.
Ooh, and
they don't get anywhere near the snow.
Wicked cold coming off the lake, getting trapped in those mountains. Oh my.
Yep.
Yeah, but even a lot of places in Pennsylvania don't get snow and like they do in Ohio. Even up here in New York, Pennsylvania doesn't get it like we get it.
Really?
Had freezing rain this morning. I was over it already.
I would be too.
I'm going to tell you, like I told everybody in Ohio my first year, if it's more than a half an inch, that's a half an inch more than I want to see.
You'll definitely get more than a half an inch.
That's not what I want. They called me. The first time it snowed, I wake up in the morning, I look outside, there's snow all over. I'm like, oh my God. They called me at 10:30. Where you at? Everything's all right? I'm like, I'm waiting for the roads to clear. They said it won't for another 3-4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My only snowplow I see is my neighbor's 4840 with a 12-foot snow blower on the back of it. And that's the only way we get out. That's it. Just the way it is. If it ain't for good people around you, you ain't going nowhere.
And when the snow starts hitting and sticking, like everybody's got a snow shoveling rig on that they can hook up to their truck. You know, Country Boy, we put 4-wheelers in the bed. Them boys up north, they got like snow plows on all theirs, and they scrape up extra money plowing snow in the winter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have a snow blower.
Jeff, you should use the shovel. It's exercise.
Yeah, I used to do that. When I needed
before they
exercise.
invented technology.
When I needed the exercise, that's when I did that.
I shoveled
don't need it.
I shoveled the driveway one time when we were in Ohio. I told Sheena, never again. Never. Because by the time I started walking back up, some of it had melted and it made a slick spot on the I busted my butt. Oh my God. I was mad. I walked in the house. She didn't even say nothing. She went and baked some cookies. She knew I was mad.
You get over that though.
Yeah, but she makes me cookies.
Right. So you come up here You go shovel snow, you get cookies. What?
I'd
There's
be
a win-win.
900 pounds. I'd be mad all the time.
You burn it off.
900
You
pounds.
burn off the calories shoveling.
No. I could stay over here and have tomatoes for like 9 months out the year. So,
You could.
and that's what's going to happen.
Or
Bugs,
you could
but
come up here and have 9 months out of the year too, and just grow them indoors and outdoors.
No.
See?
He does have a point.
the summers are beautiful up north. I'll give you that.
So is
That's
the fall.
about it, though.
I hated people in Ohio, and I tell them to go after themselves all the time with the beautiful tomatoes and stuff they would grow. No
Let's not even
bugs.
talk about the horse teeth. Did I say horse teeth women? I didn't say that. Southern women are hard to beat.
Oh no!
I'll say it that way.
I can tell you right now, my ex-brother-in-law in Ohio, man, you need to hook me up with a Cajun woman. I said, I like you better than that. There ain't no way in hell I'm gonna do that. No.
Hey, they don't have the chops for Southern women, though. They don't.
The women around here are mean. They spoiled. They, just I went to Ohio and I found me a good one. And
Let me know if that works, Eric. I'm going to go to the store. I'll buy 3 or 4 of them if I have to.
Yeah, if that's what it takes.
only if
Yeah.
you do a video when it snows.
You got to buy new sleds every year. Every year they're behind the 4-wheeler. Kids, neighbors, boy, everybody's got 4 or 5 sleds hooked behind one quad, and they're all getting busted every year.
Buy a sheet of plywood with a rope and put it on the back of the 4-wheeler when it rains.
We used to do that with a hood. Yeah.
You ever skied behind a jet ski?
Yes.
I've never skied. I tried
I've
one
never
time. I ate water, a hydroslide.
I learned to ski in the White River. There was logs tumbling down the river, and I'm trying to learn to ski behind this old boat.
The only place we have to hydroslide and ski around here that doesn't have many logs is in
Yeah.
the coastal canal. So you either fight the logs in the bayous or
Yeah.
you're going to the coastal and you're fighting barges that are 300 feet long, picking up waves 9.5 feet tall.
Did you leave out alligators?
The alligators stop. They don't like going that far.
Huh.
The
Whatever
water's
it
a little
takes.
brackish.
Oh,
It
back
takes
to
the time.
gardening.
Good.
I saw tents for indoor growing tomatoes and stuff, and some of those systems look really nice. The ventilation systems and lighting systems, it's all included. You buy it as a complete kit, grow bags and everything. They look pretty slick. Have you tried that, Jeff?
No, actually, I bought my first tent because of Danny this past year, but I haven't even set it up yet.
Mm,
Because I have my room downstairs. It's like a 10 by 10 room downstairs.
right.
That's where I do most of the hydroponics. I was going to actually set up the tent to put some of the stuff. I have to bring my pineapple in. The things that I have in soil, I was going to put in the tent just to try to make sure if there's any bugs or anything, they don't get all over my hydroponic stuff. Because I've had aphids on my hydroponic stuff already.
Really?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was because I brought something in from outside.
Right. Yeah, they say everybody, Gary Plinker, the rustic gardener or whatever, he's really good with indoor growing. And he said,
Yeah.
don't ever bring anything inside from outside. And it's, I noticed that with the citrus. When I brought it into the greenhouse, I brought in some spider mites and stuff. And I've had a clean greenhouse. I don't know why I'm doing it to myself, but here we go.
Last year we had everything I wanted to bring in the dining room and the grow tent and stuff. We didn't have any issues. I started like 3 weeks before we brought everything in. I'd spray them down with neem oil and BT, 2-3 times a week, and everything was good. Then a cold front come through, and Sheena brought in the dragon fruit cutting that I had on the front porch, and I wasn't planning on bringing them in. And she brought all the aphids in. They killed all the. We couldn't keep the pepper plants, the tomato plants. It didn't mess with them that bad, but the pepper plants, it ate them down to nothing.
Yeah, I had to take my plants out, take them over to the faucet, and run them under the faucet to wash all the aphids off. And then I had to keep checking them every day and squishing them and washing them. I did that for like a week straight, and I finally got them gone. But
What you mean? I got you. I made you buy that tent.
You made me buy that tent.
Put him in a headlock. I seen him.
You said, "Oh, look, these tents, they're like 40% off. You should check it out. Buy a tent." I'm like, "But I don't need a tent." You're like, "Yeah, but it's 40% off." I'm like, "All right, I'll buy a tent."
It was more than 4. I think it was like 60%
Yeah,
off.
yeah, I think it was like 60%. It was cheap,
Yeah. It was,
but I haven't set it up yet.
They're pretty reasonable when they're full price, though. They're not overly expensive at that 60%. It's like you're stealing it.
it
Yeah,
was.
and
It
it's
was.
only
It's like
it's only a
15,
tent
20
though.
bucks.
Yeah, it's only the tent. It doesn't come with any fans or any of that stuff.
Oh, wow. The fan and the tent, they're like $230 a unit, and they make expandables. Like you can get a 4x4 or 6x4, or, you know,
Yep.
you can create some good, really controlled indoor growing spaces.
Oh
We're
yeah.
not growing anything inside this year.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to start until January. I may start some onions in the greenhouse.
I'm waiting for
started
my
some-
onion starts to come in. I didn't even start onions this year.
No, I started some lettuce seeds, but none of them germinated. I think my lettuce seeds are shot.
Yeah, lettuce seeds are like 1 or 2 years, even under. They don't last long. Carrots are not supposed to either, but I've got some 3-year-old carrot seeds that are still shooting good germinations.
Onion seeds don't last long either. They say after 2 years, throw them away.
Okay. Well, this is the first year I've planted onions like the Alabama gardener, and bless his heart, the year I do it, he dies, right? But I've started them in October, and then I'll move them out through the bed. And he said that's the way in the South for him anyway. He got those big bulb onions, starting them in October.
We normally put them in November. The starts, we'll put the starts in the ground middle of November, end of November, and we pull them out.
Are you a zone 9?
Yeah, 9. Yeah. Not. I'm right on 9B.
Okay.
Right at it. I'm like, if you go 3 miles south of my house, you're in the Vermilion Bay. Okay. And another 4 miles past that, you're in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh wow! So you got that coastal moisture too.
We get the coastal moisture, but we still catch the like last year. What was it? February. I had planted my greenhouse already, and we got that polar vortex right at the end. It killed everything in the greenhouse.
I think I remember watching a video on that.
Yeah, we'd have topped well over 1,400 pounds if everything would have went right with the shade cloth. My shade cloth was 2 months behind.
You never buy it when you buy the greenhouse, right? Because you're like, I'll never need that. I want the sun.
The one I had some others from when it was at the property, and I'm thinking, oh, that'll be perfect. It'll work fine until I opened them up and they split right down the middle. So I ordered some more, and they just got it. When I ordered it, they had it in stock, and then 2 days later, oh well, we didn't have it in stock. It's a 2-month back order.
Ooh.
So I mean, we were picking at some point 75, 80 pounds of tomatoes a day out of the greenhouse, and we had to sit and let them turn because they would start to blush a little bit, and then by the afternoon they would bust from the heat.
Wow. I don't know. I got to pull the trigger here pretty soon. I think I'm just gonna make sure she's in the other room. I think I'm gonna build that garage and have a greenhouse built on the side of it out across from my driveway.
Nice.
Well, it'll be nice, but the problem of it is I'm going to buy an outdoor wood burner to go with it, so it stays warm all year.
Yeah.
Where are you going to keep the bunny?
Huh?
Where are you going to keep the rabbits?
No. Damn.
Yes. They decided. I was on your side the other night, but they voted and you lost.
Oh man, she's just got too much stuff going on. She really does. I just kind of gotta say no. I mean, I'm not saying that to be a jerk or anything. She does a lot. I don't think everybody understands what all she does, and she got stuff on her plate.
You need to look into those rabbit. I forgot what they call them. They bury a fence in the ground, and they make like a chicken coop.
A colony.
They just turn the rabbits loose in there, and they clean them out once a year. You know, after the first couple good frosts, They clean them out. And they take care of themselves. They breed themselves, and it's really cool.
I think I'm gonna make a video here in the next couple of weeks of I got her rabbits, and I'm gonna go like out back. I can get a daily limit, probably 6 or 7. I can probably go 6 days straight. I'm just gonna bring in a whole handful of rabbits. Here, got her rabbits.
Y'all got limits over there on rabbits?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Limits on everything.
Oh yeah. Here, I'm gonna show you this real quick. Look what I found today.
Their tree turns and stuff, man. Look at that.
Yeah, mine's not
This
that
dude
big.
was big.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I mean, he was big.
You got him?
No, the guy in front of me got him with his car.
Oh. That must have left a mark.
I'll tell you what, he was a big dude. He really was.
Mm.
The guy said, I looked him over and he was just obliterated.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm going to take the antlers if you don't want them. He goes, you can take the whole damn thing. Small damn thing. All right. But yeah, he was obliterated. He was huge. He was a big dude.
They did that on a location. They hit it with a snowplow one morning. After the safety meeting, the clerk went over there and got the back strap, and we ate deer for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
it looked like he run over 5 or 6 people. There was so much blood all over his truck. It's like, oh my God, that was my second or third day on that job. Like,
oh, yeah.
God,
Bad.
This is the year. This is the time of the season for them to be all running around too.
Oh, yeah. They're in rut right now over here anyway. It's crazy right now.
And hunting season starts soon.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow here for us too.
Tomorrow's rifle. It's been crossbow, archery, and I'm just full, and I don't want to buy another freezer. I've already bought one. We got 3, and they're full. I'm not buying another one. No more. No more.
We've been trying to eat to the bottom of ours for the last month, and it's like it never gets emptier. It's the same level. And I want to make some room to go crappie fishing, you know.
Yeah.
I got time now. I can go fishing. I can go run a trot line. I can go run some yo-yos. Talk to my brother. He's off right now too. I said, dude, we need to take some time and go fishing while we're both off, because I don't know how many more times in life where we'll both be off this time of year, really, to go enjoy some, just get together and hang out with my brother. You know.
Yeah.
Shoot, yeah.
We'll see. I doubt it happens.
Well, I hope you get to.
I do too. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be a good
It's
time.
been a while since I had a bite of crappie. You ever heard anybody allergic to crappie?
Nah.
just people allergic to fish.
Yeah. Well, Jessica's got a lady at work, and her husband started fishing, and he's been catching fish, no problems, but he caught crappie the other day, and he swelled up. His arms and hands swelled up. His neck swelled up, like he had some kind of allergic reaction from just handling and clean.
It could be a bacteria on the fish.
Yeah, it's possible where he's fishing. Possible. Because a lot, you get around a city or whatever, that sometimes the fish, they're not the same as a deep water, cold lake or something, meat's different. But
even the cold lakes don't, even up here, we're on Lake Ontario. That's a huge lake, and they still tell you, you should only eat so many portions of fish a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of the pollution in the river, in the lakes and everything.
The Ohio River, they tell us, go fishing all you want. Don't eat anything out of it. There was pictures all the time with fish with 3 eyes and all deformed.
Well, I don't think that a lot of people realize that, like all the wastewater treatment plants. I think the river that goes through here, it's on the backside of our woods. It's like 100 feet off the backside of our woods. And I think that there are, once you link them together within 12 miles, there's 4 wastewater treatment plants that dump into that. And that's just in just this little area. I can't imagine across the world. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I used to work on a pipe plant. I was maintenance on a pipe plant. We were building when that gas and oil pipeline was going in. We were building the tubing. Plate steel would come in and it'd roll up and cinch together. I was in the coating plant, we did exterior and interior coating, but there was stuff in caustic, like bad stuff. And those guys were like, what do we do with this? And we were trying to pH treat it, so that it could be released into a holding pond and all that stuff. But they could never get that sucker to work. And we're just right there by the river,
Yep.
Just whatever.
It's bad.
Clarify's Lake. Oh, yeah.
It tastes the same?
Yellowish. It's half cooked. It's half cooked when you catch it.
That's sushi, Aaron. That's Indiana sushi.
$5 sushi. Fish can only be caught from one place in the world.
Yeah, it's too bad we ruin everything,
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's got to do it, right?
Maybe we need to write a new constitution for the planet. The whole planet needs to pay attention. I love what the Native Americans said. Their number one role of honor is don't harm the water. That's kind of important.
Yeah.
Without water.
Yeah, it is kind of. You're right. That is kind of important, isn't it?
I think it's good you never ate any.
It does make sense not to harm the water, but you'll never get the whole world to agree on it. You'll never get, a majority of people to agree on it.
No.
It just.
I just watched the thing the other night about. I don't remember what country it was. It was like a third world country, and there's like a river that is basically their garbage dump.
Yep.
But they have nowhere to put garbage, so they just take their garbage bags and they throw it over the edge into the river. And they used to fish that river, but now it's so bad that there's no fish. So now you see the people going out in their little P-row boats or whatever they have down there, and they're picking plastic to take out to go sell and make money because they can't catch any fish anymore because they're all gone. It's crazy. And I mean, the river was literally just covered in garbage. It was amazing. I just couldn't believe it.
I've seen clips or something like that. You seen Mexico's going to quit using Monsanto's corn? By like 2027, I think it is. They won't be allowed to have it in Mexico anymore.
I love it.
It's all going to be heirloom corn grown in Mexico now.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Somebody was showing some what they call black corn. Have you ever seen black corn?
Yeah.
I had never seen it till the other
Some
day.
blue corn.
Blue corn.
I've seen some blue corn. Doggone it. They changed the name of their YouTube. He was growing some blue corn.
Avers is growing some Appaloosa corn that's indigenous to his area. The local tribes there used to grow the corn, and he got a hold of some of the seed stock. He's growing that there. Go to Mexico.
Go Mexico.
Go Mexico for getting rid of the corn.
Eric wants to grow corn size of your leg.
He already does.
Swafford Homestead. They're the ones that he was growing.
Yeah, Brent and Cindy.
Yeah.
He grows blue corn.
He did this year. He didn't do real well with it, but he got enough to get some more for next year. He saved seeds and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Aaron says that in just a few generations you'll have your corn lined out and it'll be like his. Eric, I wish he would tell that story on here. He told me that one night we were talking, and he was talking about how many generations he had to go through to get that corn like he's got it.
Yeah.
He sent me some seeds.
Me too. I got some seeds. I got to find a place to grow it now.
Yeah.
In the basement.
Yeah.
Not those.
Not
things
those.
go like 10 and a half, 12 feet tall.
I was going to say, I don't know if you saw his video, but you couldn't even reach the top without a ladder, a tall ladder. Definitely wouldn't fit in my basement.
We're going to be planting the 85 blackberries this week, or tomorrow probably if it doesn't rain. We'll be planting. We got 85 plants we got to plant, and it's like trying to space stuff in. I'm trying to figure out where I can put one more greenhouse in my front yard, so I don't have to keep dragging my my dragon fruit back and forth.
See, one more. You can't fit
Just
two?
one. I said one more.
You can fit
Just-
two, can't you?
If I moved the stuff to the backyard, I could.
Well,
But
move it. Two's better than one.
Mine
Weld
was
you
always,
some
I had to
braces
go to
in
the
and
car
just
home
stretch it
to
all
fit in
with
the
plastic.
backyard.
Acres and acres.
well, I got shut down. I was supposed to have the 3 I'm putting together right now was supposed to be 1, and the town shut me down on it. Anything over 500 square feet, I need 150 mile an hour wind rating on it. So that's why I'm still building. If it wouldn't have been for having to build 3, I'd have had that whole. It was supposed to be 34 by 60, the greenhouse.
Yeah.
And they ended up making 3 different greenhouses, 14 foot 6 by 34. So I lost right at 500 square feet of greenhouse.
Yeah.
He got penalized.
Now you definitely need 2 more.
No,
Suspended.
Make up for that.
Suspended a weekend the next month.
Did you hear that, Danny?
no.
You got penalized 100 pounds. You got suspended,
And he's suspended for a weekend the next month.
and you're suspended for a week in the next season.
For what?
Hell,
We got penalized 200 pounds.
we got penalized 200 pounds.
I gotta go.
Them chickens
I
give
gotta
off
go.
100 pounds a day.
Well, let's see.
I don't know if she's back here on something else. I don't know what she's doing back here. Yep.
Yeah, you had to have that wind rating because of tornadoes, right? Or the
Hurricane.
hurricanes. The
Yeah.
hurricanes.
But it's agriculture. I'm not supposed to need it in town. You know, with it being agriculture, it's not. I don't know. I didn't. My kids got to go to school, so I didn't want to cause a big deal. I told a guy, the inspector, I told him, look, I said, I got a friend that's a lawyer in Lafayette, loves to sue towns. He's already told me y'all will buy a brand new one and put it up because it's illegal for y'all to stop me. So we can either come to an agreement or I'm just going to move and I'm going to sue y'all. It cost me a penny. So how you want to do this? And he's like, well, I got to call you back. So he calls back a day later and he's like, well, I'm not supposed to tell you this. You got to figure it out on your own. He said, but we don't want to deal with no lawsuits or nothing. He said, if we can come to an agreement that it's over with, if it's under 500 square feet, you still need a permit, but you don't need to have the wind rating on it. So I'm like, that's good.
So they approve what you did then?
They didn't have no, they can't not approve it if it was under 500 square feet. So that's why I ended up with 3 smaller greenhouses instead of 1 big one, which probably all in all, you know, with the hurricanes and stuff, it works out better because it's not, you know,
Debris in a debris field somewhere. Yeah.
Well, and they're smaller, they're more compact. I was able to get better bracing in them and stuff. Because before that happened, I was ready to put the plastic on and get inside. And then once that happened, I kind of took a step back from it and, you know, start wiggling stuff. It's like, oh man, this stuff still wiggles quite a bit. So I added some extra bracing here and there while I was putting it together. And, I mean, we made it. We had some 120 mile an hour gusts, not this year, but year before. And it held up. So it, you know, I'm happy, you know, all around. I'm happy because, I mean,
I'm glad I was listening. When you were talking, my boy, he told me the other day, he said, Daddy, there's a man up here selling a welder for $50. I said, buy it. He said, it looks brand new. The guy barely used it. I said, buy it. What more do you want to hear? Anyway, I can find some pipe and I can weld some pipe together and stretch, you know, electrician can bend some pipe.
Yeah. And it's
just
the main thing. You want to buy the good plastic because you want it to sit there. You know, you want it to last a couple of years. If you use the plastic from Lowe's and stuff.
Yeah, I tried that. It don't work.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And
I spent the money and bought the Bootstrap Farmer 17 mil or whatever it is, 7 mil or 6 mil. And it's coated on one side and not the other. And it says, if you can read this, you did it right, you know. And and I don't know if the coating. Somebody told me the coating's on the inside of that plastic.
The
So
coating on those plastic, the plastic's UV treated. There's multiple layers of plastic. You don't see it because it's heat treated and it's compressed together. There's multiple layers of treating for UV protection in the plastic. But there's also on the side you want to put on the inside, there's another treatment coating that helps prevent condensation, or it helps the condensation roll across instead of dropping all over everything.
Yep. That's exactly what I'd heard. Yes, sir.
And yeah, you can't beat it. Even that we have a local nursery that has probably 50 or 60 greenhouses, and they sell their used plastic. It's a tropical nursery. They sell tropical plants, but they only keep the plastic on top of it for 3, maybe 4 months. So they'll sell a piece of plastic that's like 38 by 80 or 40 by 80 for $25. And that's what we were using on my other greenhouses at the property. You know, you can't beat the price, even if you got to change it every 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't beat the price. And it lasted 3 years.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No. But I got over here, I had already bought the 6 mil plastic because it wouldn't fit. So I got a whole bunch of extra plastic right now because I didn't put the whole top on the greenhouse.
That's for your extra 2 greenhouses you're putting in the front yard.
You need to stop. My wife's going to divorce you. I kind of hinted to him, like, look, you know, if I put one more greenhouse in the front, I'm not going to have to worry about moving the dragon fruit because I want to plant them in the ground. And she's like, oh, well, that's a pretty good idea. That we ain't, you know, dragging all that back and forth and, you know, possibly hurting your back. Because them buckets are like 200-300 pounds. So we're going to look, but the prices on them are so high right now.
Prices are so high on everything.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about it, it's going to be a smaller greenhouse, so I'll be able to use the plastic from over there, but the plastic won't stay on it year round. The plastic is just like in the nursery. It's only going to stay on the greenhouse for 3, maybe 4 months.
Do you have the wiggle wire type?
Yeah. Yeah. I did buy the wiggle wire channel and everything, and I did buy it from Bootstrap Farmer. That was the cheapest place that I was able to find it. I tried the wooden slats before, and they rot. The screws rot. I know people that's put staples, and then they've had to go back and change it, and they got like 10,000 staples holding the wooden slats.
You're describing my stuff.
Yeah, it ends up being a mess. My issue was with the wind we had. The first greenhouse was one of them 18-foot carports you'd see on the side of the road, 18-foot wide, 20-foot long. We made one out of that. And the way it's bent, you can't pull the plastic tight across the top. So when the wind would blow, it would balloon up at the top. And it ended up wearing. We ended up having to go up closer to the top, run some more 2x6s, and put some wiggle wire up there. On the sides, it would actually pull the plastic up in between. It would stretch the plastic. We put like every foot we put a screw, and it still wasn't enough. You can't beat the wiggle wire.
They do like the state highway departments out west. They'll have Quonsets that are, I don't know, big enough 8 or 10 trucks side by side to go in, and they've got that plastic stretched over them like that. And that stuff is so tight, man. It looks like you could jump on it, a trampoline.
They actually put a bookstore at the local college in Lafayette. They did it's one of those buildings. They wrapped it with that tarp, put a front and a back on it and an air conditioner, and it's a bookstore. They use it on the college. Yep.
Yeah.
You do a house like that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to change it. It lasts about 12 to 15 years. But you know, they do it in Alaska. You know, it's the same premise of a lot of the buildings they use. Not a lot of the buildings, but some of the buildings they use, it's the same premise. You know, that tarp coating but man, that stuff gets to smelling like ass. Oh, after the snow and the rain stays on it for a while, if it saturates through, oh my, it stinks. It mildews. I'm sure they got different coatings and stuff you can use for it, but it's not my cup of tea.
Right.
I
Well,
like my
the wiggle wire looks like it would work good. I think at a minimum, you can't do that yourself. You can't build a wiggle wire and it work like
no.
Bootstrap Farmers products do. And Bootstrap, I don't know if you bought much from them, but everything I bought, trays, the trays are really pricey. But I'm still like, my trays are not even in any danger of busting up
Right.
or being flimsy. About the second time I went through the door and I busted a tray, taking it in and out of the house and moving, that was the end of that. So I bought those from Bootstrap. Everything they put out is high quality.
It is.
It's
I bought some from them, some trays. I bought all the wiggle wire channel and everything from them. Bought a bunch of plastic from them. But the trays and stuff I get now, I get from Greenhouse Mega Store.
yeah.
The,
Are they the same quality, that thicker
it's
plastic?
not quite, but I take it easy with the
Yeah.
amount I buy.
Right.
I bought the cases of it. I didn't buy 5 or 6 or 10. I
Mhm.
bought 75 to 150, whatever the case had.
Right.
So it worked out to be about a third the price of Bootstrap Farmer. And I also bought everything when there was free shipping on it.
Yeah.
So the price on it worked out to be great. So I try to use it 2, maybe 3 years, and it's time for it to go. And most of the time, that's
when you're
my thing-
turning plants over though, and you're inside a greenhouse, you don't want stuff to hang around long term though, because it's picking up molds and diseases, and so
exactly. I actually redid a shed to be able to store that stuff in. I'm trying to keep everything out my greenhouses right now, and just have the greenhouses, because it's a mess walking in there. It was a chore this year because I was still building with everything when I was doing them.
there's an old timer in Britain that the Brits all have those like smaller glass greenhouses and
Yep.
stuff. But when he got done, this guy's probably been gardening since World War II. He had what they call a sulfur candle. Do you do any kind of treatments like that at the end of your season when you're shutting things down?
Right before we replant, I go inside and I spray Clorox in a water solution everywhere. And I wipe down all the pipe and stuff with the rag, and we just go from there with it. The Clorox usually kills everything, the bugs and everything. And the sun dissolves it after, they say 24 hours, all the Clorox solution's gone off of it.
Yeah.
We usually try to wait 3-4 days, and then we wash all the buckets and everything before we use them in a Clorox solution. We run the perlite that we're reusing through a Clorox solution also, and let it set out. But I've never heard of that sulfur candle. He just opens it up and just lights it.
It comes like a sterno candle, and I'm guessing it's just some kind of, it's basically raw sulfur. They're burning raw sulfur in there. And I forget what he said it did. Some kind of fungus or mildew or something. It would take care of that. It's just, and it would run all the insects, but they close their greenhouses up. Like if you're fumigating for roaches or something, how they build the tents and all.
Right.
Basically, his greenhouse is just full of that smoke when he does that. Little Farmer's Farm, but is the channel, but it's not him doing it. He's got this old timer that he brings on just every once in a while. What does he call that guy? I can't remember. The guru. No, my friend is the guru. But the wise little old elf is what he calls him. The wise little old elf, and he'll bring him on, and that old man, he's got some knowledge, and he's busy gardening, and this guy's filming him, and he's just spitting knowledge out as he's working and doing stuff, and just I hope to be there one day with my gardening skill, Well,
you really know more than you think you know. I can say that. We start talking and visiting and having questions, and it's like, well, yeah, this, and it makes sense when you talk about it. You don't realize how much you know until you're talking about it to somebody that doesn't.
Yeah, but can you execute it though? Like Terry King, you see what he's doing. He's pulling parsnips out that are 7 feet long, But his garden, he's been building it. to get the amount of cocoa core that man does. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
No.
Oh my! You know the big industrial sacks that like chemical plants will
Yep.
use a forklift, whatever. He finds 2 or 3 of those, that much volume of cocoa core from like the pot grows and stuff, and
Yeah.
they'll dump it on the side of the road. And I guess he works for a road crew or something, but he gets all that picked up and brought back to his place and composted. He's growing in like chocolate cake. He catches all his water. His allotment has no water on it. He catches all his water. He's the best grower I've ever seen grow. Terry King is.
Yeah. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Last year we wanted to put sugarcane pulp, basically composted sugarcane like we had used in the front raised beds, in my raised beds in the backyard. And when it come time, the place we get it from didn't handle it anymore. Nobody handles it anymore. So I bought this called Soil Starter.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's sand. It has rice hulls in it, and it has pine fines in it. And it looked like it was going to do great. Oh my! It was a mess.
How is it new? Because I noticed this year, like I started at the beginning of 2020, I brought in some what they call super soil or whatever, right? And it's that waste management mixed with tree leaves and limbs and whatever. Anyway, this year I noticed it's really fine and it looks like it's ready to really start growing, but it's been 2 years before it looks like it's ready,
Well, after it's sitting through the summer in the beds, I went back. I added a 4 cubic feet of perlite and a 3.5 cubic foot bag of peat moss to it. Yep. And I filled it in. It's doing better. I think the issue I'm having right now is it's so porous that the fertilizer just passes through it.
But Jason Avers suggested to me to put cat litter, like not the scented kind, but that we need clay. I've got a sandy loam where I'm at too, this drainage bottom that I live in, and there's nothing to catch, right? Everything just runs through. And he told me if I'd add cat litter, I could get bentonite clay back in my soil.
We got all kinds of clay.
Like, you ever left?
I got all kinds of clay too. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Like what's it called? Clay. The oh shoot, I just had it and it's gone now. Oh, black cow. You ever left a bag of black cow open?
No.
Yeah.
It will turn into like a clay brick. So I think you're adding some clay. If you use black cow, you're adding some clay to your soil as well.
I try to stay away from the bag stuff. I try to get the stuff more locally because it's cheaper than buying it by the bag. And, again, it's local. The sugarcane pulp just did amazing. It's basically potash is what it is. But we wasn't able to get it.
Do they have pickups at the manufacturing place? Could you go and pick up yourself there? Like
the sugarcane stuff?
Yeah.
I just don't have any place to compost it. It needs a year to compost. We actually had one of my cousins works for a sugarcane farmer, and he's talking right now. Last year, they were giving away 18 wheeler loads. The companies would actually pay, if you take 5 18 wheeler loads, they would pay to deliver them to your place.
Wow.
How many loads did you get?
I didn't get any.
So here you go, Danny. You tell them you don't want 5 loads. You want every load that comes out of that factory, right? And you build you a place and you start bagging it and selling it.
There you go.
Honestly, if you get to a certain point, you have to have a permit to be able to do it because of the runoff. I looked into it because there was 6 acres I was supposed to be inheriting. And I was looking into it because that's what I wanted to take the 6 acres, take 2 acres and just the sugarcane pulp on it and let it start breaking down. And I wanted to use it for the other 4 acres, to be able to farm, but also wanted to be able to sell some. They were getting like $35 to $50 a yard, depending where you were getting it from. But as far as getting everything they make, I'd need 100 acres. They make that much sugarcane pulp around here.
That's amazing.
And that's on top of everything they burn, because they actually burn the sugarcane pulp to run the plants and everything that they're producing the sugarcane.
Wow.
They make their own electricity with the sugarcane pulp.
That's pretty cool.
Well, gentlemen, I knew it was good to come and hang out. I appreciate you letting me.
Oh, man, we
Anytime.
Mark, thank you.
Yeah, man.
You're always
Take care,
welcome.
Mark.
See Kenny, see Jeff, see
And
Dan.
you said hi.
Take it easy.
Take care, brother. I gotta readjust every time a screen moves. Camera. So what y'all got going on, Kenny?
Just trying to figure out what we're doing, pulling the trigger on this building and outside wood burner, and yeah, we got to get something going.
Y'all looked into the big the bale burners? You know what that is?
No, I guess not.
They take the big round bales of hay.
Yeah.
And they put them inside, similar to a wood burner, and it smolders. And there was a lot of people that used that in Ohio when I was up there. It was like a smaller shed further off of the house, and they said the large bales would last like 25 to 35 days, depending on how cold it was.
25 days.
Yeah, it just smolders. It sits in there, it smolders, and it has a pump that circulates through coils like you do the heater and everything, and it vents off. They had some houses. Some people had 2 and 3 houses running off of one of them.
Man, I don't know how many round bales a year we get off our field, but that seems like it'd be pretty easy.
Hey, Obsessive Gardener, how you doing?
How's it going, man?
Thanks for stopping by.
I am going to check. I don't know Eric Hale, but I am going to go check him out. Can you write that down? Eric Hale. I have not.
He's a cool dude. Got like 920 kids. No.
And they're all working in the garden, so that's good.
Good. That's
Even
good.
the 2-year-old. Yeah, Eric got a great place.
It's free labor.
Yeah.
I should have started earlier and had a lot more.
Yeah, he grows a lot of stuff.
He does well.
Yeah.
He's not far from y'all. He's right there in Indiana.
Yeah, I shared the link, Eric. If you want to come up, feel free.
Anybody that wants to come up.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome if I look at him and say, "Hey, you're my neighbor, dude."
You live by the electric plant? He lives not far from one of the big electric plants over there.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, so I got to figure out what I'm doing in the basement now because I got to get some. I'm gonna have to get some more lettuce.
I see. Sorry.
Because none of them came up.
I'll be right back. You need to try that lettuce again. You probably killed them.
How could I kill them? I put the seeds in, it didn't sprout.
That's your problem.
Yeah, I watched one of the videos the other day where you used a tote and you were putting everything in it and getting it all set up and ready.
Yeah, that's the one that I couldn't get any to germinate.
Oh.
It's been lettuce normally takes when I do it like that, like 3 days, 4 at the most. It's been over a week and I don't even have one sprout.
Really?
Yeah, I just think it's no good. I think the seeds are too old.
Try you some in your little plastic takeout thing that you normally use too.
Yeah, I was gonna try that. I mean, this year, the Obsessive Gardener. What are your indoor grow plans this year, this winter? Mine. I mean, I have a pepper plant downstairs, the Buena Mulata pepper in my Arrow garden. I mean, that's still doing good. It's starting to put out some peppers. Tons of flower drop though. I don't know what's going on with that, but I do have some peppers. I'm going to do the lettuce. I think since we're not selling the house this fall, I might actually try to go put up I'm going to build an NFT system in there in the basement. I have my gutters for it, and I have all the piping and the pumps and everything. So I might end up trying to. I don't know if I'll make it as big as I was going to. I might make it half the size because originally I was going to do. I was going to do enough that I could have like 14 heads of lettuce a week. But
Wow.
I think I'm going to cut that down. So I might do. There was going to be, I think, 4 rows. I think I'm going to do 2 rows, 4 gutters per row, and I think I have 7 in each row, 7 in each gutter. So 28 plants per row. So 56.
Congratulations,
That's a lot.
obsessive gardener.
That's a lot.
Oh, buy your first house. Nice. Yes, congrats.
Yeah, congratulations.
You can
But yeah, I
make
want
me
to try.
you
what's
gonna make
that?
me do my NFT system in the house too.
I know.
Oh, that's
I'd like to do some other stuff. I mean, I'd like to really try some other things. I actually wanted to try to do a soil. I wanted to try to grow some potatoes, but I don't want to bring dirt in. So I was thinking I might try to do some just cocoa coir in a bucket and try to do the potatoes in that underneath the grow light and see how they would do. But I
It
don't know if
should
I
do
can
well.
find seed. But I don't know if I can find seed potatoes now because it's not the time of season anymore.
Put some in the in your basement downstairs in a brown paper bag.
Oh, just from the store? Yeah, I
If you
could do
want to
that.
try it, we grow them every year from the store. We
That's
never
what Angie
plan on,
does.
yeah, we never plan on growing potatoes, and then all of a sudden, Sheena's like, "Hey, we got potatoes that are sprouting," and the kids are like, "Let's plant potatoes." So got to go find a place to plant the potatoes, and they water them for 2 days, and then they're like a month later, "Why we don't have no potatoes?" It takes a while. Then I go to work, and while I'm at work, they do a video of picking potatoes the size of my thumb.
Good stew potato.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that happened to my peppers too. I was talking about that earlier. I actually was taking them out and running them under the faucet, and it got most of the aphids off. And then every day I go down there and I check the plant, get really close, and I'd squish the ones I could find, rinse them off again. They didn't actually kill my peppers, which was really good, but it's a pain in the butt for sure.
Hey, Kenny, Angie needs to come explain about the punishment I got.
Okay.
Where she heard that.
Woman.
Kenny
on a
ain't,
second.
Kenny ain't gonna be on a video for about a week. His eyes are swole shut.
Yeah, we do have an organic store, so I could go there and definitely because they should sprout for sure.
Man, my garlic's
Woman.
doing amazing. I have some of them that's like 9-10 inches tall already. The elephant garlic is just blowing up, going.
Yeah, mine is still growing. It's something's going in there and eating all the tops off it. But those are from last year.
Oh, the ones that didn't do much.
Yeah, like I said, this summer when they actually put out the what do they call it, the center shoot on the hard top?
Right. The
What is that thing called?
skates.
The scape, yeah. So they say once they put out the scapes, then you cut the scapes off, and then like 2 to 3 weeks after that you harvest.
Right. They start to fall over, or the bottom leaves start to die. Something.
Yeah, so I cut the scapes off. I waited 2 to 3 weeks. Some of the leaves were browning, like 2 or 3 sets of leaves. So I dug one up, and it was just a clove. It didn't grow anywhere. So I put it back in the ground. And I said, to hell with it. I just leave them there till next year.
Obsessive gardener.
He
You need
wants
to
you to
start
know
spraying them with Nemo a couple times a week before you bring them in the house. About 3 weeks before.
Danny wants to know the penalizing he was going to take. And you guys are witness. I was alive at this point in time. So make sure that way.
I'm not penalizing nothing. I'm not taking no penalization.
I think you took a penalizing from John.
Yeah, John penalized you.
For what?
Kenny's from Indiana.
Yeah, you got trouble from. I think his words were just knowing you cost you 100 pounds, and you're suspended for the rest of this season and a week into next season.
I've been suspended for like the last 9 weeks. I've been suspended for the rest of the season. Shed Wars is like 32 weeks long, and I've been suspended for 36. And he just added another week.
Well, we got the word. We got everybody else got penalized 100 pounds, except for us. We got penalized 200 pounds.
I think it's because we're winning on the totals.
No, what it is because I kept rubbing your chest and John can't do it, so he got a little flush. That's what it is.
Eric wants to know what part of Indiana you're from. He's from Indiana too.
Down south, we're right outside of Hope. Probably don't know it. It's a little tiny town. It don't even go on the map.
I just put a link to their channel too if you want to check them out. If you don't know them, Eric, you can check them out. Actually, since I'm on YouTube, I'll put Eric. I'll throw Eric's link in there too, so you guys can check Eric out too.
Oh yeah, I have to check that out. That was one you were saying we got to check out, right, Eric?
Yeah, I'll throw his link in there too.
Oh, that'd be cool. Be neighbors.
The obsessive gardener, the neem oil, try cold pressed neem oil, and like I said, we did it 2 to 3 times a week, 3 weeks before we brought the stuff in the house. It did amazing. Then my wife brought in some other plants from outside, and that was the bottom of it. She brought them in. She brought in some dragon fruit, and she brought in the aphids with them. The aphids don't affect the growing of the dragon fruit, but they do like it. They stay on them, and they will move.
No, closer to like Seymour, Columbus, that area.
Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy called me today and he said, "Hey, we got a job, man. Blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." While he's talking to me, I'm looking it up. I'm like, no effing way. No. Like, I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna stay offshore. Doing my thing over here. I'm not moving. I mean, dude, that's like almost Canadiana up there.
Yeah, the weatherman's threatening us with snow now. Talk about this weekend.
Well, we're supposed to get tomorrow. Or Sunday. We're supposed to get rain, maybe a mix of snow.
That ain't no good.
Here you go.
But then it's supposed to warm up a little bit, so it's not too bad.
Nice talk to you guys.
You too.
See you later.
Erickson Sullivan.
Sullivan. I've heard of it.
Just south of Terre Haute.
Terre what?
Terrible Hope.
Terre Haute.
Hot.
No, it's Haute.
Hot.
It's not hot.
Start with
hot.
You don't. How do you pronounce it? Is it hot, Eric, or is it Hope?
It's Hope.
It's Terre Haute.
Terre Haute.
No. Y'all wrong.
Oh
my! Y'all seen that video of that woman asking how to pronounce the Tonys?
On TikTok, yeah.
I'm gonna have to send it to y'all, Kenny. Oh my God! She's like, "Can anyone tell me how to pronounce this?" And she's holding up some Tony Sacheries, and the guy pops up. He's like, "Tony Sherrerigans."
Yeah, I saw that before you sent it to me, and I was going to send it to you, and I forgot. That was funny.
I watched that about 30 times.
Yeah, he said it's like Kenny says.
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute.
Eric, quit taking up for them people.
Yeah, I don't know what the guy I used to work with, he always called it Terrible Hope. That man was not happy there. He did not like that place. I don't know what was up with that, but he did not like it. But the funny part about it is I think he moved back there. I think that's where he still lives.
Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about the town I live in all the time. They live, "Oh, I hated it over here, blah, blah, blah. It's so great." Then they move back. Why you move back? "Oh, well, just like the small town feel, and it don't matter where you go, you're still going to have people knowing your business before you know your business." And like, yeah.
I think it's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If you ain't if you ain't got no business to talk about,
yep.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think? How do I fertilize coco coir?
you got to charge it first, don't you?
I mean, what I did last year for I did potatoes out there last year, and I did half coco coir and half garden soil, so that it had the nutrients in it, so it would hold it. And I actually soaked the coco coir in hydroponic nutrients.
I think that's charging it. That's what you should have to do.
And then I just water with hydroponic nutrients, and I don't have to worry about the soil having Eric says pee on it.
Yeah.
Then I won't have to worry about putting any kind of fertilizer in it other than hydroponic nutrients.
That should work.
But I've never grown potatoes with hydroponic nutrients only. So
People grow it. People grow potatoes in net cups.
yeah,
I've
I'm
never
sure
seen them do well, but I've seen them grow potatoes.
I've seen everybody try to grow everything in net cups. They just don't do well. Root vegetables.
Well,
I
you
mean, I
did
did
well.
radish.
You did your kohlrabi too.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't call that a root vegetable because that grew on top of the net cup.
It's
I mean,
still
yeah, in the ground, it's closer to the ground, but it's still the head grows above the ground. So I mean, it may really be considered a root crop, but it doesn't grow like a standard root crop to me. But I did radishes, and they came out okay. I mean, they were decent size. But potatoes, I just think that's another ball game.
man, the breakfast radishes I brought. You remember
Yeah,
at the beginning of the season? Them things
yeah,
are like 19 feet long and smaller than my pinky around.
yep. That's what I grew those in the hydroponics.
Yep. I had them in the starting pots because we started the seeds, and it's like 21 days to pick, 17 to 21 days.
Yeah.
And I was actually at work longer than the pick date on them. So we went outside, we planted them.
Old hay or straw, yeah. I was just thinking something in the basement, and I mean I have a brick of cocoa core now, so I was thinking about trying that. I don't know, but those, I mean, that's still 90 days, 90 to 120 days for potatoes.
Apparently, I ordered some cocoa coir because I've got a brick of it.
Did you? I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah. I was told about it. I need to find a place to put it.
Tell you what, I don't know that hay and straw. I mean, I get it, but I'm also to the point of like if it was in our hay, I guess I wouldn't really worry about it that much because ours is not sprayed. But man, everybody else's straw is sprayed and chemicalized, and I'm always afraid to put it in the garden. Or most of the straw from around here anyway. I guess our hay off our field wouldn't be bad because it's not. We don't treat it with anything, nothing. So I guess that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I guess you do got to worry about that. You don't want to use that stuff if it's sprayed with crap.
Yeah, everybody sprays their wheat. I mean, that's how they kill it off to harvest it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tried to stay away from that.
We don't have straw around here. It's nothing but hay.
Nothing.
Every once in a while, you get the rice farmers will go through and pick some rice straw, but they proud of it. When they go in there and they make it, they're proud of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Everybody's I don't know. Seems like everybody around here anyways gone to all that crap. Seems like it anyway. There's some that haven't.
It makes it easier for them. They get a better crop of hay and they put it to their animals get the same poison that the hay has. And
yeah. I was pretty happy with the neighbor. The neighbor the other day, his cattle are eating bark off the trees. So he said, well, they eat the bark off the trees. So he said that he's tired of it killing all the trees that are out there. So he's going to go back to corn picking. And I was just like, I mean, I don't know how many acres, I don't know how many thousand acres he does, but it's kind of funny to see this guy out there picking corn with an old corn picker that's dropping it in the wagon that's going to an open, and he's feeding his cattle out that way. He said he's going back in time. Everybody else is going forward, but he's going back because everything seems to be doing better when he goes backwards in time.
No doubt.
Yep.
No doubt. Especially if he has his own corn.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many acres he ended up with a corn picker, 2-row corn picker. I mean, it was crazy. It was just funny to see it. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's working for him, so that's what matters.
I watched the video. They picked the corn. It was in Russia, and then they went back one row at a time, and it was a mulcher. It would cut the corn off just below the dirt, about an inch below the dirt. It would separate the dirt, pick up the stalk and everything, pass it through a mulcher into a trailer, and they were mulching, similar to what we do with the sugar cane over here. But they would go, instead of bringing it to have it processed, they go and bag it up. Not bag it up. They go and pile it up, mulch it, then they put it back on their fields the next year.
Yep. Well, you think about it, the more chemicals and crap you spray, the more you have to continue to spray because you're damaging the soil. You're killing all the good stuff in the dirt. So you got to keep adding more and more to keep getting the same results every year.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then that's what I tried to explain to my mom whenever, with the 12 acres at my grandparents' old home.
Mama Monticello.
Monticello, how you doing?
Mama Monticello.
There you go.
First time on the last live I did with Jeff, I was trying to say that and they wouldn't come out.
Right? That's what I mean. It probably saves you a lot of money in feed. Grow your own corn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean he fed it regular field corn before. No, he's got a grinder. He grinded up. But he said he's going to go back in time this year, and there's all this new run of cattle that he's got going through there. He said it's working better already. So
I bet. I mean, they get what they want. You know?
Get all of it.
They get all the nutrients and everything they need between the hay and the corn.
Yep, and he quit spraying those fields, and so whatever he's feeding his cattle now is just pure.
Nice.
That's good. I mean, it's kind of like what we did with our hay field. We plowed it. We had him come over and plow it. They actually plowed it, biscuit, whole packed it. We seeded it. We didn't put anything else on it.
And it grew
We
fine.
probably let it feed itself. Try. I mean, obviously we don't get 3-4 cuttings a year, but I mean it's done well.
It's more sustainable too.
Yeah. And obviously we try to trade that off for grain for pigs or whatever. We don't really sell it. We just trade it. So,
yeah.
The first year I gave it all to him since he did all the hard work. That's the nicest thing we could do for him anyway. We just appreciate him doing it all.
There's a lot of people. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I'd love to get a nice little piece of land that I could actually grow a bunch of nice stuff like that, like corn, nice rows of corn, and
I went look at 26 acres a month ago, and looking at it online, they took it. It was a nice picture. It's a beautiful area. Half of it has sugar cane on it, which basically would just about pay half of the note for the year off of it. But I went, they had a big south wind pushing in. There's a reason the other half doesn't have sugar cane on it. It stays underwater when there's a south wind. I'd have to raise it. Yeah,
rice field.
Exactly.
Right.
Crawfish. I mean, it wouldn't be bad for crawfish, but I'm not the back. Well, half of it I wouldn't mind, but the guy that brought me out there, he's like, honestly, he said it's not good for anything but sugar cane or crawfish. And then the crawfish, you're not close enough to a bayou to be able to pump water in, so you'd have to put a water well out there, and it's a big mess. There's not enough water all the time for the crawfish.
Gotcha.
Yeah, see, we don't have those problems here.
No, y'all got snow. I'd rather deal with floods than snow.
Snow is good.
Snow's loaded with nitrogen, but
it fixes your soil.
It's great for the soil. It's not good for my body.
That's why when people say, "What do you do to take care of your raised beds at the end of the season?" I said, I pull out the weeds and I leave them. Let all the snow pile up, because when it melts, it just pours all that nitrogen back in.
I couldn't, the first year I seen that, I'm like, man, these guys' fields are all going to be dead. There ain't going to be nothing left, and the snow melts off and it's all dead. Then you go back a month later and the grass is like 19 feet tall and beautiful green. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's been under snow for 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all that nitrogen. So I don't have to amend with nitrogen in the spring.
You don't have to amend with nitrogen.
You got mow every 4 days, but hey. Yeah, we are about to straight east from you, Eric Hale. Yep.
I could box up the snow and sell it.
Send it to you. There this year. We don't want no more down here. We've had it 3 years in a row.
I'll send it to you. You could throw it on your raised beds.
Yeah, it's good for the soil, Danny.
Right. The water's got to have nitrogen in it too.
I have plenty of nitrogen. I have no problem putting calcium nitrate on my beds.
You got flurries. You don't get snow.
Dude, we had like an inch over here 2 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a lot. These people don't know how to drive in snow.
That shuts the town down.
It
We
was
call that frost.
down. It should have the state down. They were calling it the Great Snowpocalypse. People wasn't going to work because there was an inch of snow on the road. Nobody over here has a snowplow. None.
Yeah. Once again, we call that frost.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Y'all are used to that. Y'all ready for it.
Yeah.
People backing up their drive. Some people's houses are 6 feet up, and then they got a pretty steep incline going up to their garage because their garage is, even with the house. They start backing down, shoot, back down. The driveway was frozen. Then they try going back up, sit there. It's like, I mean, God, you're stupid. We're just not used to it. We've had more snow since Colt's been born than we've had total my whole life up to the point he was born. He's a snow magnet.
I'm telling you, it's going to switch. This is going to be the new South. You're going to be the new North.
No. Not even close.
Yeah. Yeah. From your mouth to God's ears. That'd be awesome.
You're in the middle. You're in the middle, Kenny. You'd still be in the same predicament.
Yeah. Ours will never move.
I'll be growing tropical fruit trees here, and
Yeah.
you'll be swearing because you can't plant anything because the ground's frozen.
I'm gonna round up all your fruit trees if that happens because you cursed me.
You'd be growing dragon fruit up there. That's right. Shoot, yeah.
We ride on that border of being able to do it. Easily. Them damn fronts come through and hit us. Sometimes they stop. We laugh about I-10 being the cutoff. Everybody above I-10's a Yankee. But most of the time, the fronts that come through basically stop around I-10. The really cold weather. It's like, the rains and besides the hurricanes, everything that comes from the north and pushes down seems to pretty much miss us. It follows I-10 and it misses us. And it didn't last year. It didn't. I mean, it was freaking cold. That Arctic front come through. It's like, oh my God.
I told you it's because I turned my fans on and pointed them south.
Punch you in the eye socket. Sending that to me.
I told him I was going to turn the fans on. A cold front was coming. The next thing you know, he says they got snow.
It wasn't snow. It was nothing but ice with that one. It was cold. It got down. We were under freezing for almost 4 days. We got down to like 15
Whoa.
Well,
that's I-10 is I-70. See, we have the same thing. We have I-90. That's our I-10.
Yeah.
Well, Kenny, it sounds funny when we say that, but when you're not used to it, it's bad. And when it's below freezing and you got like 70-75% humidity, it's cold. It hurts. It's in Ohio, 32 degrees. I'm walking around out there with a wife beater on. It's like, man, this feels great. Over here it's 32 degrees. It's like, oh my, it's 40 degrees. You hurt.
Right.
What'd she say?
They have a lake, so everything warms up or bends south and heads to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
They're pushing the fans to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lake too, so it does keep it a little bit warmer but I mean, what's a little bit warmer, right? I mean, it's the last couple of years. I mean, 2 years ago, we had like 2 or 3 weeks of -10 wind chill, which is normally way colder than we would normally get. And that's even with having the lake here.
Yeah, polar vortexes. I'm over that crap too.
Exactly.
I don't know. I know what he's talking about though. That I-70 is because where I-70 goes across, it's like they get pounded with snow and cold, and then us below I-70, we don't get it near as bad. But I know what he's talking about. It follows that highway. I mean, it's It's kind of crazy how it does that.
Yeah, and the same thing up here with I-90. It's the main interstate that goes across everything, and if you're north of I-90, it's normally colder and a bit snowier than south of it.
Dude, you live almost in Canada. There can't be much difference between the snow.
Canada's a ways away, buddy. There's a big difference.
You almost live in Canadiana.
Canadiana.
Not close, not that close.
Oh, that's funny.
The area I live in, they call it the Acadiana area because the Acadians that were kicked out of Canada moved down here and they settled in this area. And so it's called the Acadiana area. That's where the Cajuns supposed to, all that stuff. So whenever I'm talking about people from Canada and stuff, my friends, they're not Canadians, they're Canadianians.
Canadianians. Hey.
Now, from our property,
she's closer to Canada. Yeah, they're in what? Is it Michigan?
Michigan.
Yeah, it's Michigan.
We're only maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours from Canada, up at our property.
So you're like 4.5, 5 hours away from Canadiana at your house.
Yeah, we're about 5 hours.
Yeah, so that's cool, dude. That's like basically Canadiana. We're gonna give y'all to Canada.
That might not be a bad thing right now.
I don't know. The friends I've been talking to up there, yeah, we're not gonna make this political, but it's not much better up there.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Didn't matter where you go, people are crazy.
Yep,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
My broccoli's starting to put on some little bitty broccoli heads.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm excited. The plants aren't near as big as they were last year. Planted in the sugarcane pulp. I planted them in the back.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a trial to see how everything works out.
Okay.
But I did plant early enough to where I can plant a second crop if we don't get enough off of them.
There you go. Did you see my cauliflower?
The cauliflower.
Yeah, that cauliflower I planted.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you don't watch my videos.
Huh?
I asked in there if somebody knows what happened to my cauliflower. All it is little tiny round little heads, like all over the place. It never formed one solid head.
Something probably busted the middle. The cauliflower will do the same thing like a broccoli and put out sides or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
If the middle doesn't form, it probably did the same thing.
So the lake effect helps with the grapes. Yeah, I bet it does.
Oh shoot.
But yeah, I showed it on my one video because it's just like the head is really big, but it's just got all little tiny things all over it of cauliflower.
Oh, it might not have filled out yet.
Oh, it's done, man. It's been out there for like 6 months. It should have been done way before now.
I don't know. This is the first year I've grown cauliflower. Well, first year in about 10 years I've tried cauliflower. I've never had luck with it.
We didn't have any luck with ours or broccoli or tomatoes this year. Usually we're pounded under with tomatoes, and we got like 24 pounds total.
Yeah, we didn't do well with tomatoes either.
You're so full of crap.
Shut up.
Yeah, you only got 1,400 pounds. I mean,
Yeah,
Almost.
it's a terrible year.
Almost.
a triaxle load. That's about it.
Right. Mine didn't do too bad this year. I mean, with the tomato hornworms, I think if I didn't have those, I probably would have got quite a bit more because they did the damage.
If you'd have listened to your Cajun friend and started
I'm gonna have to
spraying
mute
them,
you.
huh?
I'm gonna have to mute you.
Poke you in your eye.
I should have sprayed them earlier. Yes, I should have.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'll pick them off. They're going to be gone. If you find 7, you got 40 more.
I don't think I had that many, but I know I picked 5 the first time. I think like 6 the second time, and maybe 2 the third time. And then I think they were gone.
It's
but
funny.
I sprayed anyways.
It's funny. You get a text message. Hey, yeah, you ever seen this before? That's a tomato hornworm. No, it's not. Okay.
Well,
I
That
never
was
get
the-
that
I
over
guess
here.
you were right that time.
I've never seen them here before, ever. This is the first time. It must be because of you, because you had them this year, and you probably sent one up here.
We
I
get them
mailed it
every
to you.
year.
Right, so you probably sent it to me.
He mailed it to you.
See, they had it for the first time this year, too. Danny didn't send you any mail, did he?
Not yet.
Because he
It's
sent
going
me
out
some
Tuesday.
mail, and if he sent you some mail, I think he sent some hornworms in that mail.
Could have been.
We didn't get email from Danny this year, and we didn't have a hornworm problem.
See? It's coming
Well,
out
We're
now.
on to something.
That's gonna be the trend from the swamp rat Keeney, the swamp Keeney to the Danny sent everybody hornworms to destroy the
I'm gonna put your head on a hornworm. A picture of a hornworm with your head on there.
I'm gonna have to leave. I just can't take y'all.
Your sensitive side's going to come out. Isn't it,
Oh
Danny?
God. Hold on. Dude, that was funny. Oh my, I laughed. I sure wish we'd have done a reaction video with it. Never thought to do it, but
I was even telling Angie, I said we should probably get a hold of them and ask them to tape you guys watching it. It would have been, I think it'd have been awesome.
we watched about 30 seconds of it. The first time it popped up, Sheena's like, turn it off. We're gonna holler for Maya. So we turned it off, started it back from the beginning, and watched it again, and it was we laughed.
Well, as soon as I saw that pop up, I was dying.
Yeah, she sent a picture of it to me at work. I think it was right after your premiere, and she was already on it. I mean, she sent me a picture, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" The guy I work with said, "What is so funny?" And I said, and he doesn't even know you. He doesn't watch YouTube. He doesn't know anything, and he lost it just because of the photo.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome, dude. The face is like,
That was
It was great. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what the funny part about that is, Danny? She was telling me the other day, she said, Danny could be sporting all kinds of new stuff. I just don't know what all to. Oh.
John was wearing y'all shirt tonight, apparently.
Oh. Yeah.
What does the barcode on the back? What does that go to?
It goes to that video.
Oh, really?
That scan code, because he kept holding it up and was like, okay, hold it still, and Angie finally got it to take off of his mail call, and it did. It does take you to the video. I mean, if you buy the shirt, obviously you can take a picture of it and it'll take you right there. It's kind of funny.
That's pretty good.
Oh, you should have seen him that night. He was, don't you use that. Don't you guys do that.
See, that's what you got to do is put a little barcode on your shirts, and then people will want to scan it.
Oh, yeah.
You walk down, you look like a barcode on your shirt. People be like, what's that? Go ahead and scan it.
It took me almost 6 months to get my last set of shirts made. It's like, granted, I can't beat the price. The lady does them for me. I can't beat the price. So I have to take my time to get it. But I just sent her a message. Hey, just, no rushing, just checking on the shirt, see how they're coming. Oh, and it seemed like every time, I'm on a cruise right now for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, wait 3-4 weeks later, it's like, hit her up again. Oh, I'm in another place. Then she got sick, and oh my gosh.
Hey, Twin Brookacres, thanks for stopping by, checking out the live.
If you change the A and the R around, that's the town I live in.
What's he talking about?
On Earthlings. Oh my God.
Oh, Earth.
Pay attention, Jeff.
Never mind.
I like tater tots. Burger King, make it flavor Whopper. That would be bad. Would you like an apple pie with that? You ever seen that video? You need to look it up on YouTube.
I guess so.
Peter, Family Guy.
Yeah,
Family
Oh.
Guy, Burger King.
I'll look it
Ding,
up.
fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done. I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run. Don't dip your hands in hot fat because it hurts bad, so the skin graft. Would you like an apple pie with that? I've listened to it a few times.
It sounds like it.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Nope.
Shush. Jeff,
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn you into John.
no, you're not.
Oh, I'm gonna send John I'm gonna send him a message, but he never responds. That you're making fun of him.
That's okay.
I'll
You
make
can
him
do
watch
that.
the whole live stream.
That's all right. More watch time.
Somebody told me y'all were talking bad about me.
He does have his undercover ops. I guess that's a nice way to put it. Spies.
Yeah. Spies, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the last live, he says, "Oh yeah, my spies told me you were live." What?
I seen you had a pop up live, but I didn't know it was alive.
Mhm.
They had to tell me y'all were talking. John, what?
Oh yeah.
He's crazy.
Don't stop making fun of me.
Stop picking on me. You can't pick on me. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, we're all supporting Bunky for president this year.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, but John's gonna be the dictator next year.
Yes. Bunky can be the marshal.
No, Bunky needs to be president. That way there can't be anybody else above her.
That's right.
It just
Right,
needs to go
yeah.
just straight for president.
Supreme ruler of the Shed Wars world.
Supreme ruler, the Grand Poobah.
That's right.
There you go.
That way John can't think of anything above that.
Mm.
You know he'll try. Overlord something. You know he'll come up with something.
Overlord.
There's got to be something in some kind of fantasy world or something that can be over a president. You know, he'll find it.
I'm John. That's all I gotta be.
Right?
He said that Mankini thing went a little bit overboard. He said it did way more than I thought. Really?
I think the Mankini thing was great. Don't get
Oh,
me
yeah.
wrong. I thought it was really awesome. I thought that it was hilarious. But that day you guys did the picture with
Borat?
Borat, and then he had them suspenders on that night live. Good Lord, have mercy.
He don't remember. He was tipsy at the end of the video. So the picture was on the phone, so we showed him. He's like, "Oh my God, that does look like me." But it was John's face on the Borat. And he's like, "That does look like me."
Oh yeah.
Of course it does. It is you.
And then his wife came in and rubbed his chest with the dog's paw. Do you remember that?
Oh.
I couldn't take no more after that. I was done.
I couldn't breathe. I'm going to use the bathroom, comes back in his suspenders. Thanks for stopping by, Mama Sella.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for stopping by.
Take care.
Oh yeah, it was. And then the
Yeah,
man
it was good.
shows up a couple weeks later. I had been
Sorry,
trying.
Twin Brooks. Yes, the tree is rotating. My fault. Yes.
We had been trying to send it to him. I probably sent him 15, 20 emails asking him for his address so I could send him something. And he wouldn't respond. Even in the video, a couple lives from John, I need your address. I got stuff I want to send you. He'd act like he never heard. Well, you know what? I know people that knows people that can find out. It's computer wizards.
He's probably afraid he's going to show up at his doorstep.
No. I think he really thought I meant a lot of the stuff when we were picking at the beginning.
Yeah, we found his address.
I did.
Yeah, somebody did.
Somebody did.
Somebody.
That's like My old Cajun butt is not smart enough to superimpose pictures on other pictures. Somebody did that for me.
Somebody.
Somebody.
We don't know who.
No, wait a minute. That I do know who.
Who did that? Angie did.
No.
No.
No,
The
I think Danny told on you that day. He did tell on you that day.
Oh, did he?
This will this work?
Well, Shed Wars as well. Not Shed Wars isn't quite over yet, but I don't think he can really. I mean, I guess he could dock me whatever if he wanted to, but
He already called you a cockroach.
I know, right? That's bad enough.
You didn't even retaliate.
No,
No.
I do it behind the scenes.
You poked the Cajun. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him.
And use this.
Take this. See if this will work against you.
Oh, man, it's like we had a whole bunch of time to think about it. And you can ask Jeff. I'm telling you, if John gets on me, I'm going to use the Borat. He looks like Borat. Before they even pick teams, before we even pick teams, I told Jeff, dude looks grouchy all the time. I'm going to pick on him a little bit. He's going to pick back and he's going to get mad. And I'm going to use the Borat. And when he suspended me like the fourth time, I'm like, nope, here comes the Borat.
Here comes the Borat.
Like,
Yeah, that Borat was. We made that Borat quite a long time before it was used.
Oh, yeah, like 2 months before the Shed Wars even started.
Yeah.
It's like, I said, Jeff, can you do this? How's this? Not quite. Oh, perfect, boy. Can you add me? Back? Oh, yeah, boy. He's like, when you gonna use it? When you gonna use it? Wait. Then he's like, he gets all mad at me, suspends me, calls me the swamp rat. I'm like, yeah. Well, if I'm a rat, you the bull rat.
Oh, good Lord. What are we doing here?
Keely, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in, saying hey. You guys know Keely?
No, I don't.
That's Mike Van Doozy.
Mm.
Keep on growing, and Keely, Art with Keely. She does a lot of cool art stuff. She paints rocks, does faux finishes on stuff. Tons of cool stuff.
I can't let my wife watch that. 'Cause she don't do it. Danny. She's like, hey, you can do this? Oh my, yeah. It's not right now. She was so excited I finally put the light up over the sink. We'd been here for like 7 years. When we moved there, she's like, I want some new cabinets. Okay. So I built the cabinets. And I waited a while. She never said nothing about painting them. I waited a little bit longer. Still never said nothing about painting them. So I'm like, she asked a couple times because there was a light that hung between them. The light was just hanging from the wire. Can you fix that? Oh, yeah, sure. I hurried up. I fixed it, put the piece in the front, hung it all up. She's like, well, maybe this is exactly, but maybe in another 7 years, you finish painting them and everything. So she says something. I'm not painting them. I got to be in the mood to do all that.
Ooh, muscle relaxer, yeah. Those will knock you out for sure.
That's like that cholesterol medicine. Whew, that stuff. I don't know. Kenny, Jeff's heard the story. I was perfectly fine for like 25 years. My cholesterol was fine. And Sheena's been after me to go get my cholesterol checked. I'm like, it's fine. Why I got to go get it checked? And go figure. The first time I check it in 25 years, it's high. So
Yeah, Andrew's on me. I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. She goes, you need to go get checked out. You don't ever go to the doctor. And but finally, I said, okay, I'll make an appointment. And they said, was he ever seen here before? Well, first of all, it was like, hey, is Dr. Benny in anymore? He retired 7 years ago.
Exactly.
I'd been 7 or 9. I don't remember which now. But anyway, yeah, I don't ever go to the doctor. I try not to anymore.
I used to make it once every 2 years. That was it. I usually, while I was at work, I'd get sick, and then by the time I would come in, I was getting over it, and then go to the doctor. So go spend my $60 at the doctor and nothing. But the medicine he gave me, I started taking it, kind of changed my diet a little bit slowly, and I didn't even realize that it was getting to the point I didn't want to do nothing. I hurt so much in the morning. I hurt all day long. My knee was giving me problems to the point I had actually already made an appointment to go to another doctor to have it looked at after the first of the year. And while I was at work, we started, well, we had an alarm at like 5 o'clock and we ended up working till 11 o'clock. So if I got to take my medicine, went to bed. That was the first time in 3 months I had actually slept less than 10 hours. And that's not me. Sleeping 10 hours is so, the next night I didn't take it again and I felt good. Then I took it the following night. I woke up feeling the exact same. I was like, oh no. So I made an appointment. I'm going to get that changed. There's no way. I mean, got no motivation. Don't feel like doing nothing. Get up, move a little bit, and it hurts. It is getting old.
You got me on medicine, woman? Because that's the way I feel.
She's sneaking it to you. No, Sunday Backyard Farmer, what's up, brother?
What's happening?
Hey, backyard farmer. Oh, thank you. It's a nice tree.
Yeah, trust me, I know I'm getting old. I feel it, but that was really exacerbating the situation.
I'll let you know how I feel when I get your age.
Well, you're gonna let me know when you go back 10 years.
I don't know if it's 10, but
It's close. It's like 19.
no. 10 and 19 it's less than 10, much less than 10.
Jeff was around when dirt was invented.
That was.
I think so. I think I'm older than Jeff.
You're older than Jeff. How old are you?
How old am I? Hold on, let me get my license. Yep, you're right. 52.
Oh no, you're not older than me.
Really?
No.
Huh.
I look young, don't I?
No.
Yes. I'm
I
not
feel
hitting
young.
on you or anything, but you look good.
Oh,
I need a Kenny shirt now.
that could be edited out too. I look young, though. Yes, I'm.
Oh, crap. I forgot about that. All this stuff can be used against you in the court of shed wars.
Jeff, share the link if anyone wants to come up with us.
Yeah,
Do what?
You're going to get Jeff thrown out.
That's right. I probably would get Jeff thrown out. John heard me talking good about you.
right? Yeah, there's a link if anybody wants to come up and join in. I'll be listening. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. I'll be listening.
Give me one too.
All right. Cream and sugar?
No, thank you.
Oh, wrong
Oh,
way.
my
Here you
coffee
go.
pot's off.
It's here somewhere. Oh. Yeah, actually, Danny, I was gonna try to get hold of you. I thought, man, this is stupid. I'm just gonna give you my number. That way you can just text me. The bad part about that is just like a while ago when I said, hey, I'm on call. I gotta go get my phone. I never bring my phone in the house. That's what
I'm bad about when people text me. I love to sit and talk. I'm just bad about texting other people because I'm always worried. My schedule is all jacked up because of my job. So I'm always worried somebody's at work or, the little dude gets off the bus at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and that's wide open until he goes to bed. He went to his pop's house tonight every Friday. Every day he gets off the bus. Can I go to my pop's house? Can I go to my pop? No, dude, you got school. Well, he knows on Fridays, he don't even ask. He just grabs the phone. Pop, come get me.
Come get me.
Dude, you don't even know what they're doing. You need to ask. Pop never tells me no. You're right. He needs to start.
That's right. It's grandparents' job never to say no.
Well, that's not 100% true.
Yes, it is. And you know what? I give my granddaughter cake for breakfast and donuts and ice cream, and Heck yeah, that kid gets anything she wants.
And then she goes to get sent home when she's on the sugar high, right?
That's right. Go back across the yard to your dad's house. He's got you from here on out.
That's awesome. I've tried the Garden of Eden method, or Back to Eden gardening method, a couple times, and I never had much luck. I never had the time to spend to do it correctly. So I'm not going to say it doesn't work. I know people have better results in different areas with it.
It's helped percolate soil. That's what we did.
Yeah, it's I bought in. I was 4 years growing on the acre at the property whenever I stopped, and we would just get to the point we had added enough organic matter. We could till it; it would make powder with the tiller and everything. It looked great for the soil, but the first time it would rain, like cement. There was no organic matter in the soil, and I worked on it for 4 years. It was doing well, like really well, and when we found out we were going to be having the baby, I was too much. I was spending way too much time over there. Yep.
What?
Is that when you switched to hydroponics?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that when you switched to hydroponics, Danny?
No, I had hydroponics already at 1 year in at the country, but it did. The hydroponics did well, but I had been doing the 1 acre garden for a couple years. The grass is just so bad. I wouldn't even worry about after about the first month. I would just go in there when I get off of my 2 weeks and go and weed eat the whole acre. And then I would just clean up around the plants because the grass, we just couldn't keep up with it.
Ours didn't do too bad, really. I mean, we did the Eden method and put cardboard down and covered it with mulch. And
yeah, I would till, so I didn't have any cardboard. We just kept adding,
more and more
organic matter and it worked well.
Ours did pretty good. I can't complain about how it did this year at all. And this is the first year. Next year, I guess I guess, and I'm no expert at it. You'd have to ask the expert, but she's not in this room right now. But
John's on?
But she says it'll get better and better each year.
It does. It's amazing. The cardboard boxes, I put cardboard down in my backyard between for the raised beds, to keep the grass from growing in it, and it didn't help the grass. But the earthworms and stuff, it's amazing how much, by putting the compost and everything on top, how the earthworms and stuff. I'd have never thought we had that many earthworms around here. And it's crazy amazing how they do, even with the chemical fertilizer. It doesn't seem to affect the earthworms. I'm not over fertilizing, but in the raised beds and stuff, when I was turning it over, it's like the earthworms are crazy.
Yeah.
I threw one on Colton. He didn't like that at all. Dude will literally grab a wasp by the wings and carry it around, but he don't want to touch an earthworm.
They're slimy.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a local landscape guy. Basically, he was getting rid of all of his mulch. He does every year. And he said it's untreated. So I said, what do you want for all of it? And he said $60. And I don't remember how many dump truck loads we ended up getting.
Dump truck loads?
Yeah. Nice. We got a bunch. And anyway.
So all the stuff y'all put on there was
$60.
Wow.
What was it? Mulch?
Mulch.
Just like wood chip?
It was
6,800 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah. It worked well. It really did. Yeah. Hopefully we can get the same deal next year.
Right.
That would be nice.
Eric said he's the same as you with the wood chips.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Let's see if we get a bunch of weeds next year. Hopefully not.
I'll say the hugelkultur beds, they did really well. Didn't get no weeds in them at all. That was unbelievable. They grew really well, too.
I was doing well until the birds found the trellis. They'd fly and sit on top, dropping all the weed seeds in it. crap in the weed seeds.
Oh yeah, that always happens though. Always does.
I am thinking about getting some red wigglers, but the price, like everything else, skyrocketed. So kind of holding off on that. I want to get like a pound of red wigglers per bed and turn them loose in there.
Yeah, that's something I'd like to do too. And especially because in the summer I fish, so I'd like to get some worms that I could actually use, that I could put in a worm bin that I could actually take out as well for fishing, so I don't have to buy fishing worms.
With your cold temperatures, you'd probably have to bring them in.
Yeah, I would.
The I think it's Wide Davy, WYD Davy. She sells a lot of worms. She has a whole garage set up propagating worms. It's amazing.
Oh, she sells them too?
Yeah. Not Wide Family Farm.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I've seen
It's
her
a lady
channel.
in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, she's in Canada?
Yeah. Northern Canada. They only get like 2-3 months growing season.
It's close to you, Jeff.
Yeah, real close.
It's north of I-10, so y'all related.
Yeah, you ever watch Keely brought that up from Marty's Garden. You ever watch him? He does tons of worm bins, and he's actually in Australia. And he's got this little place that he does. He makes all worm compost and sells it, and he does all these different worm farms and does all this testing with different worms, and it's crazy, all the stuff that he does. It's pretty neat.
There was a place in Florida that we used to go to, and when we'd go visit family, and the guy had like a 30 by 60 building covered. It was an old like farm barn, and he put like 3 feet in the ground. He put 10, and then he came up another 3 feet, and he put screen around it to keep all the animals out of it. And all he would do is the whole thing inside was nothing but worms. When he needed some money, he'd go in there and pick him 25, 30 pounds of worms.
Oh, geez.
He'd get, 5,000-6,000 pounds of worms out of that thing a year.
Gee, Christmas. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, tell Mike I said hi too. Oh, he's making those end caps now? I thought they were just selling them at that place. Is he selling them on Etsy? Because I'd like to get some of those end caps. Mike Van Doozy's actually making end caps for the gutters.
Oh, for the PVC downspouts?
Yeah, he's actually making them, and I think he might be selling them.
Nice.
I'm gonna see if she says he's putting them on Etsy or something. Because they're a good. They sell them for a good price, and I mean you put a little bit of caulk or something on there and stick them right to the end. He makes the little groove in there so they push in, but to make them watertight, you put a little caulk on there. I was thinking about getting those for my NFT, and then maybe doing like a slit, like about an inch above the bottom, so that the NFT.
Too much water.
Why do you think it'd be too much water?
Because it's called an NFT, nutrient film technology.
Well, right, but it's going to flow.
You want to film the water.
Well, I was just thinking because, like, if so say you had a power outage or something,
right?
And if you don't have really any water, if you just really have the film, if your pump goes out, your plants will die. At least if it had like an inch of water, like Red Silo Homestead, he actually keeps like 3 inches of water or something like that in his pipes, even though it flows.
But he has the 4-inch PVC, right?
Well, yeah, that's why I was thinking maybe like an inch of water, just keeping an inch of water, and it just keeps refreshing it as it flows out.
You're gonna, yeah. It'll work.
Almost like a recirculating DFT or DFC, or
NFT,
DWC kind of thing. You know what I mean? Even though it's going to be more of an NFT type of system,
right?
You could think of it as a DWC.
You're gonna have to watch how that works with your angle you put.
Right.
You might end up even be able to leave it flat and slow down the amount of water you're putting in and have it drain out into your gutter.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have a lot more water on one end than you will on the other end, because with 12 feet, you want a 3-inch drop. If you're doing the nutrients film. So if you're
Right.
going 12 feet, you want a 3-inch drop. So at 4 foot, you want an inch, half
An
inch,
inch.
something like that.
Yeah, I was going to do an inch.
So you're going to have an inch of water on one side, and your other side, you might not have, a taste of water on it for the plants.
Right.
But you might want to look into just building it flat. That would be a great idea.
Well, fellas, I'm going to have to jump off here. You guys behave yourselves. Have a good evening. Thanks for having me up, Jeff.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. You have a good evening too.
Thanks for coming by, man. Good
Hey,
talking
take care.
with you. I'll email you my phone number.
All right.
Take care, man.
Hey, y'all behave.
Y'all stay warm.
Oh, yeah.
So is he making both designs, or is he just going to start doing the design that raises it up off the surface?
He's doing that with a 3D printer.
Let's see. She said it's hooked up to his router. Yeah. But yeah, they're really cool because you can't really find those.
No, you can't. I was looking for them at the property when I had the big side of the greenhouse set up for it.
Yeah.
I was looking for something like that because I wanted to put basically a grommet like I was using for the buckets in the end of it, and let it drain out of the grommet to hold a little bit of water inside of it, but also be able to push the water far enough to where I was putting it in the gutter, because it tend to want to come in and then roll back sometimes, right. And it would get behind the gutter and fall on the ground and drain my tank.
It's a special router.
It's probably a CNC.
CNC router or something like that, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit him up and see if when he has time, if I can order some.
Order about 10 extra and send them this way.
We might be able to do something.
No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to put anything in the dining room this year.
Yeah, they are expensive. I mean, they're worth it if you have a business where you can make stuff and sell it, but they do definitely cost a lot of money, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't think I want to leave that flat though. I think I still want it to flow.
Yeah, but you don't need as much of an angle on it if you're going to be holding water.
No,
maybe a half inch.
I just want to make sure that I'm pushing enough water in to cycle the water out. Right, so I have a good flow of nutrient water in there.
I'm trying. Well, you're going to have nutrient-rich water in it as long as your pump's running. I'm trying to. Your pump might overrun the hole you put. You're going to have to adjust the hole on the backside to make sure that it's working correctly.
It'll take some playing around, but yeah. When I seen he was making those, I was like, man, that would be perfect, because I could do something like that. I could either make a slit, or I could put something like a grommet in there, or just even a hole.
Yeah,
take it easy, Twin Brook Acres. Thanks for coming in.
Have a good evening. The thing with the hole would be, you have to make sure it's far enough over and that the water's dripping straight down.
Right.
With the hole on that plastic is going to want to come down and then drag along under the bottom.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
If I had to live off of my channel, we'd be in a bind at 27 cents a day.
I make 0 cents a day, so.
You make 0 cents every day.
I know.
No.
But yeah, I'll play around with it, and I gotta get them out. I gotta wash I got the downspouts still outside after I cut them. I gotta put the holes in them outside, and then wash them all off and get all the spiders out of them.
Clorox them good because they can have mildew and stuff inside of them too.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
And you got me wanting to do that now. God dog it.
Yeah, as soon as I put my first video out, you'll be like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Oh no! As soon as you tell me you're doing it, I'm doing it too, so we can put them out at the same time.
I already got them cut. I just gotta get all the holes put in them.
Oh, you PVC?
Yeah, the
You mean
downspouts.
your downspouts?
Yeah.
Oh, I got mine already with the holes. I just got to cut them.
Yeah, I got 8 of them out there cut to size. I just got to put the holes in them.
Yeah, I was digging under the house the other day, looking at stuff. My house is 6 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
I was digging under the house the other day, and a lot of the stuff I've been stacking underneath the house from the different greenhouses and stuff, and I bumped into them, forgot I had them under there. I was like, oh boy! And then I got 4 more at the property. It's like I drug one of them out. Sheena's like, put it back. Put it back. No, not right now. Put it back.
Yeah, Mike does a lot of cracky stuff. He's one of the first YouTube channels that I found. I've been watching him for years now.
Yeah, he uses the pool noodles to hold the plants. I tried pool noodles. They broke down on me in the heat over here in the middle of the summer. I also tried Grow Clips, I think it's called.
You're like the collars, like the cloning collars?
No, it's one of the YouTube channels I used to watch. He doesn't put out many videos. But he makes his own. It's with surgical plastic or whatever, surgical foam that it doesn't, hold the bacteria or whatever. It's easier to clean. But the plants grew so big, I was only able to use them like 1, maybe 2 times. And they would they would get oblong and stuff. The price wasn't, overly expensive. But it ended up costing the same amount to buy the grow plugs, the Oasis cubes, plant them in the Oasis cubes. Then I don't have to have anything holding the plant in it, with the nutrient film technology. That way it just sits on the bottom instead of holding it up, and I don't have to wash the roots. I don't have to do anything with it, and I just stick them in there and go with it.
Yeah, I actually looked. I bought the 3x4 downspouts. I was thinking I probably should have got the 2x3.
No, you got the right ones.
Well, because if I put a cube down in the center of it, it's going to be way down in there. If I sit it on the ground in there,
I think you're going to be good. The 2x3s, I had problems with them wanting to roll over.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. In fact, that's what happened when I got mad and ended up tearing the greenhouse down. We left. I mean, I had finally got it full. I had strawberries. I had given away 7 heads of lettuce. That was probably a week early for picking, and they averaged between 1.5 pounds to 3 pounds each head. It was just the perfect time of the year. They're beautiful. They tasted good. We left. We dropped my daughter off in Alabama. When we came back, one of the downspouts had flipped over and drained all the water out. And they were dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
What kind of mint? Regular mint? Chocolate mint?
Yeah, they grow. I mean, they grow a ton of stuff. So Mike does it pretty cool because he does a lot of microgreens because they eat a lot of microgreens.
Right.
And then he just picks those and puts them in his downspout.
The extras. Yeah.
Yeah, and puts them in the pool noodles and sits them in there. Then he grows the full plant.
That's nice.
Yeah, it works out great. I haven't got my act together that well yet.
Once I finish building, it's a story of my life. Once I finish building.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so pumped up to have 3 of the 4 doors on the greenhouse. It's like almost ready to put screen around it now and almost ready to put the plastic on the 3rd greenhouse. If it wouldn't have been the wind blowing this morning, I'd have been ready to put plastic.
Yeah.
But standing on a 10-foot ladder all the way to the top of the ladder trying to, hold a 15 by 40 foot section of plastic, not good. Pineapple mint. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. And peppermint. Yeah, so you're not gonna finish building because you got at least 1 or 2 more greenhouses to put up.
No, when I'm finished with the 3rd greenhouse, I have Monday in between all my appointments and stuff. I got to stop at the courthouse and see who I need to talk to be able to run the gas lines to my greenhouse. So I can find, not really, I need to find out what type of pipe I need to be able to run the stuff. Then after I get the gas run to where I can get my stuff started early, I still have to work on my garden cart or my sales cart to be able to sell, my vegetables out in the front yard next year. So I need to build that, which it won't take too long. I was planning, dude, I was going to go here, pick up my rims and this and that and everything else. I get to the property. I was visiting with Pop and I was telling him, look, this is what I'm going to build. He's like, man, what size you think you're going to need? I said, probably 4x7 is, something I'm looking like 4x7. I want to still be able to pull it behind my truck if I want to go to a farmer's market or something, but I want to be able to park it in my front yard, between my plants and everything and lock it up to where it doesn't get stole. He's like, man, you got that trailer right there you used to use for your DJ. All you got to do is a little bit of, work on that and you could use that. I'm like, doggone, bro, you just saved me 2 days of work.
Right.
Awaken buckets.
Well, and it sits on top of a water trough, so
yeah, it's a wicking.
It's a wicking bucket.
Yeah, the Phil Grow Crew. Yep.
Yeah.
You can put a window screen over the top of your gutters, and it'll keep the mosquitoes out of it. But
that's neat. Yeah.
Phil actually I think he got rid of all his wicking buckets.
Did he?
Yeah, he just found it easier to fertilize and water with the hydroponic solution. Even we're in South Louisiana over here, so I don't know exactly what part of Florida y'all are in, Miss Keeley, but I have a friend that he was growing with the wicking, and it did well some years and not so well other years, depending on the amount of rain we got. He went away from it, and he's just watering from the top now. He still uses the same bucket, has the wick through the bottom. He pulled it up as far as he could, and he just sets it down and he waters from the top.
Now, did you buy those as a system? I remember there was a guy who actually sells a system like that.
But it's well, I'm not gonna say.
Did you guys make your own?
They're not hard to make.
Well, yeah, I guess you probably made your own if you use a cattle waterer to keep it level. Yeah, I saw some guy who had you could buy his system, and it was a whole bunch of troughs that run with water, and the buckets sit on top. I mean, I made the 5-gallon buckets with a little wicking thing that I use outside in the summer, but it only has like a 3-inch reservoir in the bottom, so when it's hot, it doesn't last a whole long time.
My aunt tried that this year, and I'm like, I said, I don't want to tell you it's not going to work, but my friends I know that tried it. You're talking about where you sit the two buckets one inside the other, or you put one with you put like a liner. You put some bottles in the bottom. Put a liner.
No, I didn't do that. I did it too. Did you?
She tried both of them, yeah, and it didn't work well.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the 2 buckets. I got a 3-inch net cup in the one bucket, and I pack that with dirt really tight, and then I put the dirt, and then I fill it with the dirt, and then I set that in the other bucket. And I have a 1-inch PVC that I can fill the bottom.
Fill the water with. Yeah, she tried, but one of them, it started to smell. The other one, she had one where she just filled the buckets with dirt, potting soil, and then she drilled the holes, and she put the holes up about an inch off the bottom. And I told her that's not going to work well, and it didn't. Oh my, the smell from the water sitting in there. The plants are small. We got a bunch of rain. The plants didn't do well. And
Yeah, mine so far I've had pretty good luck with them. I mean, they don't, especially when it's hot out, it doesn't last long enough. Like I wanted the wicking buckets for like if I go away for the weekend and
right.
it doesn't rain, I don't have to worry about watering. It doesn't. I don't really know if it lasts all 3 days. I mean, I can get away with the 3 days, but you come back and it's pretty dried out. They need a good watering.
Exotic bird. I wish I could live on a cow. I wish I could farm. I really
Right.
I wish I could farm, have a couple cows, 5 or 6 cows, about 100 chickens, a fish pond.
Get some pigs.
That's no,
What do you mean no? You don't like pork?
pork's cheap. Pork doesn't work in the rotation for the plant I have.
Very sneaky. Pork is good though. It raises quick.
Yeah, but I want to rotate, a four part, break everything up into 4 parts, and you
Yeah.
have your chicken and your cattle opposite of each other. And, once a month, you move them every month, you slide them over. It's more along the lines to be able to have enough cattle to be able to pay for the cattle,
Yeah.
pay for itself, and then the chicken and the eggs to go along. I'd love to have a little vegetable stand set up,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh, Bass-filled lake in front with deer and turkey always around.
oh my.
There you go.
I wouldn't do good. I'd be in jail.
All your major food groups right there. Fish, turkey, deer.
Gotta have shrimp,
No, not up here.
ground meat.
Hmm.
Dude, we went to the store, to Walmart the other day. The ground meat was like almost $7 a pound.
Oh my lord.
We walking around, and we had been going, and the shelves were pretty empty. So we went the last time, and Sheena's like, "Look, the shelves are starting to fill back up on everything." So we went. We got, especially like the cheeses and all that. When we got close, they only had like 1 or 2 packs per row. They'll have like 9 or 10 sections of it, but they only had 1 or 2 packs per row.
Yeah. Along the East Coast, but inland. Still saying south though? You're not coming north, right?
I like where I live. That's the bad thing. And, like I said, 26 acres, you go 2.5 miles from here south, it's $2,000 an acre. You go a mile north of me, and it's $30,000 an acre. But that's the between farming on ground that's not going to flood, or, hoping that you don't flood if you're going to farm.
You want to go to Savannah, Georgia. Awesome seafood.
Yep.
Beach and mountains, yep.
You got to drive 150 miles from my house north to see hills.
Yeah, I couldn't take that. It's not even the heat, it would be the humidity that would just do me in down there. That's too much.
And the flat ground, you wouldn't know how to act.
Well, we have flat ground here too.
Yeah, but not like over here.
Yeah, see, I don't care about the ground.
You could, like you told me earlier, you could get used to the heat.
Yeah, not the humidity.
It's the same thing.
No. Humidity is totally different than heat.
All it does is make it hotter, and it's sticky, or it's
right.
I'm gonna put it like this. You know how nice it was? We woke up this morning, had to put the heater on to get the chill out there. It was like 47 degrees, so it was kind of chilly. And right now, I got up earlier when I went fix my second cup of coffee, and I had to put the air conditioner on because it's like 76 degrees in the house right now. It's like, that's crazy.
See, now that's too much, right? Because now you're paying for heat, and on the same day you're paying for air. That's
well,
crazy.
the heater stayed on for 15 minutes this morning, and I just turned the air on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could. I just don't think I could get used to that humidity. I know my wife couldn't because she doesn't like the heat or humidity. She doesn't like the cold either. But I mean, I know you're around in the area for long enough, you get used to some of the stuff. But I just don't think I could do that. Not
I
where
had
you
a
are.
friend. I had a friend come down from Ohio in March, the end of February, beginning of March, and he got off the airplane with a big jacket and blue jeans and all. I told him, man, you're gonna want to bring you some shorts and stuff with you. And he's like, there's no way. And he got off the airplane. He's like, oh my God, it's so humid.
Yeah, you can't buy ammo anywhere. It's sold out everywhere.
I got 2,000 rounds of double lock, all vacuum sealed.
Well, yeah, but see, you can fix that with just using some, like chapstick and stuff, and there's got to be ways around that.
My hand, even with the humidity down here, when it's cold, my knuckles crack.
I'll see mine do in the winter time because
Yeah,
it's dry.
yeah,
It's cold
that's
and
what I
dry.
mean. In the wintertime, the people ask me, you know, you got to fight or something? No, why? Well, your knuckles all bust up. It's like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, in the summer's not bad here because it's nice, but in the winter it's very dry. Like downstairs, I in the grow room downstairs, I have that little humidifier that's supposed to do a regular room.
Right.
I had that running 24/7. The highest humidity I could get in that room is like 42%.
That should be good to grow, though.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a standard humidity, but I mean it grows okay even when the humidity's less than that down there.
Yeah. What type of humidity is that supposed to put out for a standard room, though?
I mean, what type? It's just
Well, how much? Because they tell you for a standard room, but they'll tell you the percentage of humidity for the size room. You might only be putting 40%.
well, there's a gauge on the front of it,
Okay.
so you can turn it. I'm talking. You could turn it up to however much. I mean, you can go all the way to like 98% humidity, and you can turn the mister on as well, so it blows out the damp air,
Right.
and you could actually see it. I had that thing running out open wide, and I couldn't get it over 40. Like 42% was about the highest I could get.
The humidity on the platform is we have 2 dehumidifiers and we got to dump them 3 times a day.
Phew. Yeah, I gotta start saving more coffee grounds because I do have a slug problem in the summer.
That's a snail, right?
Yeah.
I need to put some in my dragon fruit, man. Them snails, I didn't. I've never seen that before. The snails, I'd go through there and pick 30 or 40 snails a morning off my
Phew.
dragon fruit, and they'll eat a hole right through. You can see where the snail ate.
That's crazy. That should be good for snails too, right, Keely? If it's good for slugs, they're basically the same type of critter.
That bear stuff worked. The bear poison,
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be supporting bear.
dude. I was at that point. I was trying to support and keep my last month tomatoes and whatever I could with the dragon fruit. I sprayed one time. It just and that's the bad thing, around here, around beginning of July, right before July, halfway through, it just everything's still growing, and it's right at the end, but the bug pressure's so hard, it's like you want to try to get a little bit more out of it.
Right.
I can tell you, I've been having that same. They're little bitty. They're not worth cooking.
They're not worth cooking. You eat
Uh,
snails?
no.
No, you don't eat escargot.
No, I eat oysters. That's weird. I'll eat a oyster. I'll eat raw oysters for days. We'll get a sack of them, sit under the carport, me and Pop, and bust them out.
Ugh. Yeah, that's not good.
Did not know that.
No.
Did not. No, I will eat. Me and Pop will sit under the carport with a sack of raw oysters and a couple bags of crackers, a little bit of ketchup, and some Tabasco sauce, and blow it up.
That's like eating a big old pile of snot.
No, no,
Yeah. It's
not
just slimy looking.
it is slimy, but it has more texture than snot. I don't know what to tell you. They're good. You know,
Yeah, I don't like oysters. I mean, I've actually had escargot before, and it is actually it's not something that I would go order, but somebody ordered it and they wanted me to try it, so I tried it. It was actually pretty good, but I don't think I would just ever order it just to order it.
well, when I was young, probably 9, 10 years old, they were eating oysters under the carport. Ratting along. Ugh.
Ooh, that don't even
No,
sound
sounds bad.
good. Right.
They were eating oysters under the carport, and I told them I wanted to try one. And they're like,
Yeah.
well, you're not going to eat it. Then they popped it open, and it's like, no, I don't want to eat them. And so after a little while, they start messing. Oh, now you got to try it. You want it. So it's the hardest thing in the world to put that in my mouth. And then it's like, oh my God, they good.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't like the texture of them fried.
Well, there you go. I usually just rinse my veggies off. I probably should start doing something a little more because I know I do have slugs out there.
We wash everything.
I was on a cruise, yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never.
they get you to try some weird stuff on cruises.
Oh, if I wouldn't have to pay for it, I'd probably try them.
Well, when you book a cruise, most of the time the dinners are all included in your fee.
Oh, they would lose money on me.
Oh, it's not a all you can eat buffet. You order like one entree.
No, I
But if
couldn't
you
afford.
if you taste it and you don't like it, they will make you something else.
Well, after I eat about 3/4 of it, I'll send it back. It got no more good.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure we have snails. I don't see too many snails, but I do see slugs.
We caught one of the. Well, we didn't. Maya did caught one of them apple snails. They're huge. They're not good to eat. They're very invasive. And she caught one in the bayou. And we
Yeah,
took a picture of it and everything, and it looked like it was dead. But we had to send it. We actually had to send a picture to I think it's the Wildlife and Fisheries, because they're
yeah,
monitoring them. They're very, very invasive around here.
really?
They're harmful to all types of animals.
Yeah,
The slugs of the sea.
yeah. I don't like clams either. They're not. I don't even like lobster. I like shrimp and I like crab legs and I like fish.
Lobsters chewy.
Yeah, it's chewy. It doesn't have any flavor, and as expensive as it is, if I'm gonna pay that much money for it, it's gonna knock my socks off, and it don't.
If you ever come visit and you come during crawfish season, you're gonna like crawfish.
See, I've never had a crawfish.
You're gonna like it. And they're oh man, they're nothing like, you know, the meat texture is completely different. I don't know if you'll be able to handle the seasoning, which I don't season them hot. I don't like them hot. I like to be able to taste the flavors. I told you that before. I like seasoned, not spicy.
Yeah, if it's not hot, I
Well,
like.
my definition of hot and other people's, you know, at my uncle's place in Florida, I cooked a rice and gravy one time. Everybody's eating it and sweating. They're like, "Oh my God, how much pepper did you use?" I'm like, "I used Tony Chachere's. That's it. I didn't put no red pepper, no black pepper, just Tony Chachere's." These people are like, "Oh my God, it's hot, soaking wet, sweating."
Yeah, I don't
So,
think Tony's is that hot. I just put it on my chicken the other night when I cooked it. That wasn't hot at all.
okay, well that's good. Then you'll be able to eat crawfish.
Okay, that's good. When's crawfish season?
It's actually started right now. It's expensive. The good part, the best time to get crawfish is after Easter.
That's April, May, and middle of
Yeah,
April.
the price drops a lot.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be a good time. Except for the oyster broil, but
That's
I'm
good.
sure some like it.
That's good. No,
Well, see,
well,
I wouldn't be able to come down there during crawfish season because we want to try to do Mardi Gras
well, Mardi Gras is usually
February, right?
yeah. Easter's the end of Mardi Gras.
Right.
Fat Tuesday is the prequel to Easter and for Lent and everything. So yeah, because you go to Ash Wednesday, you go do the ashes.
Crawfish hoagie.
What's a hoagie?
It's like a sub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on.
I
You don't know you never heard of hoagie?
no.
It's not, I mean, what we call a hoagie would be kind of like a sub type of sandwich. It may not be a hoagie in other places, but
It's probably a po' boy over here.
yeah, I bet it would be the same. Well, we have po' boys too. Now again, I don't know if it's the same as what you guys have, but
Are you making your gumbo tomorrow?
maybe.
Dude,
So what do I need? I got
killing
those
me small. You need
I got the chicken. I got the roux. What else do I need?
well, I mean, if you don't have seasoned blend, the onions, the bell peppers, and all that.
Well, I got a freezer full of peppers.
You got some onions?
I think I have some onions.
You
That's
got
all I
the
need?
seasoning.
And what do you put in it? You do
I like the Tony's in the gumbo because it's a Creole seasoning. I told you before, if it has a roux, I use Tony's. If it doesn't have a roux, I use Nunu's.
all right. So that's a po' boy.
POORBAW. Po'
Po'
boy.
boy. That's not how you say.
That's how they say it.
That's not how you spell it, though, is it?
I don't know. I'm Cajun. I can't spell my name.
All right. So I need onion. So I want to make like probably half a batch, like
You get you about a 2-gallon pot.
2-gallon pot. I think I got a big stock pot.
You're gonna. How many pounds of meat you have? You're gonna need to see that's part of it. You need to make sure that it kind of covers your meat a little bit.
Well, I got whatever it is, like 6 or 8 of those jumbo wings.
So you're gonna need a cauldron for them things.
Cauldron.
Jambalaya is amazing. Jambalaya is good.
I never had jambalaya.
You're missing out. I'm trying to help you with the gumbo. Yeah, I mean the gumbo, dude, is super easy. You take it. I like onions. I never make anything without 3 onions. I made rice and gravy the other night. Colt wanted rice and gravy when he got home. Not the other night, the other day. Colt wanted it for supper, and I had 7 pork chops, 3 onions. I love onions, mushrooms. Hello, Denmark.
Denmark, how are you? Yeah, almost morning. Well, it's night here. It's almost 11 p.m. at night here.
No, it's not. It's 9:45.
Well, you're 9:45. I'm 10:45.
Yeah, jambalaya is really good. That's something else that's pretty easy to make. People make a big deal about gumbo. After you do it the first time, you're gonna be like, "Oh my, it's easy." But you take it, like I said, you can watch Rob's video. Rob puts all his water in at the beginning, and
Yeah.
I like to put a little bit of water to make sure all my roux broke down before I add too much water, because the worst thing you can do is not have your roux broke down and you get a bite of it when you're eating a gumbo. That's bad. That's
Okay.
bad. I mean, you break it down and you add your water and you add your mushrooms, and if you want to put mushrooms, I like to put mushrooms. I take the little cans, I chop them up fine. Take the onion, chop them up fine. I always take my thing. Everybody has their own thing. I take jalapenos, not the spicy jalapenos, like the nacho jalapenos, and I chop them down to mush.
Yeah.
I'll put a half a tablespoon to 3 tablespoons, depending on how much I'm cooking, because it just gives it that slightly different taste than what everybody else has.
Right.
And you want, before you put your chicken and stuff in, you want it to kind of be thick, because it thins out when you put the chicken for some reason. There you go.
I'm out down the road. Oh, now you're gonna make gumbo tomorrow. There you go. Now everybody's making gumbo tomorrow.
Yeah. We're not doing it tomorrow. We're probably gonna do it Sunday. But yeah, gumbo's easy, man. Like my daughter's like, "Can you send it to me in a text how you make it?" I'm like, "No, it's not that hard." What pot? She sent me a pic. This is the pot I'm using. Put your 3 cups of water in the bottom of the pot. Take your 3 heaping tablespoons of roux. Put it on a medium to medium high fire, and just don't let the roux stick to the bottom. And you make sure it's all broke down. Then you add your water to it, your onions and everything. I like when there's just a little bit, as long as it's not sticking. I like to add my onions and everything in before I put a whole bunch of water. It helps, break down the roux and everything. Gives you a little bit more time to make sure that you don't have any clumps of roux in there. And it just works. To me, it works indifferent. Then you add your water. You let it boil for about 20, 30 minutes. Then you can add your chicken. Let your chicken boil till you'll see, like on the legs, the meat and stuff will shrink.
Yeah.
It'll shrink, show you it's cooked. You take one, bust it open, let it go an extra 10, 15 minutes, however you feel comfortable, till your chicken's cooked like you want. I don't bake my chicken before. I like to put my chicken and boil it in there. Like before you put your chicken in, you put a tablespoon and a half of Tony Chachere's in it. And then you want to let it set for about 20 minutes. After you finish cooking it, turn it off the fire, and you just let it set and soak.
Me too.
20, 30 minutes. Gumbo is if you have roux, gumbo is so easy. I've never had cornbread cookies.
Cornbread cooked in an iron skillet.
Oh, yeah.
Cornbread cookies. So how many pounds of meat do you put in that, though, with the 3 pounds of water and all that?
3 pounds of water?
Or 3 cups of water?
Now you're making fun of me. It just depends. You want to have enough water or broth to be able to cover your meat. And the thing about it, even though you use all the meat, as long as your broth, your roux mix, as long as your juice is seasoned like you want, even though you don't have any more meat, you can still freeze that and then take it out later down the road and add meat and cook the meat in it again, add a little bit more seasoning and cook it again. That's what we do. I'll make a big pot of it and we'll put it in the freezer, and we'll put some with meat and then some without the meat with just the juice, to where if I'm at work and Colton wants gumbo, she takes it out, heats it up, and it goes from there.
Well, I was just making sure I have enough meat to go with. I'm using it.
Well, you know how much meat you normally eat. You're gonna have rice and stuff to go with it, so you're probably not gonna end up eating as much meat as you normally would. So, if what you have left, I know you did those wings the other night. So if you did those wings and that satisfied you, you had enough meat that when with them Tyrannosaurus wings and flappers and stuff, if you had enough meat with that, you should have plenty, with the gumbo, because you're gonna have the broth and the rice and stuff to go along with it. And if you want to make potato salad, you make potato salad on the side.
I don't make potato salad. My wife.
Potato salad goes on the side. It does not go into gumbo. That is
no. You got to put only the tomatoes go into gumbo.
You forgot the beans.
No tomatoes in the gumbo.
You forgot the beans.
And the beans. Tomatoes and beans. Lima beans.
Oh, God.
Oh, I know. I hate them.
Dude, I started eating some butter beans while I was at work last time. The boss asked me to cook some butter beans with the roast I was cooking. And it's like, I've never liked them. My grandmother used to make us eat them all the time. And I don't know if it was the way she was cooking them or the seasoning she used or what. They tasted like ass. I ain't gonna lie. They were bad. I cooked them offshore and I was like, well, I'm going to give them a shot because I like to try things. And oh my, they were good.
Well, there you go.
Really good. Justin Wilson potato salad.
Never heard of it.
Justin Wilson?
Yeah.
He's that Cajun guy who used to cook on LPB. I guarantee, like, you put a little bit of wine in there, and then I take my sip of wine.
Turnips.
No. Eric?
No.
Me and you's not going to be partners no more, Eric. You can't be telling the people that.
Yeah, I remember the guarantee guy.
Yeah. Rob was actually telling me somebody bought the rights to all his videos and stuff, and he plays it. Is one live after another. All the videos Justin Wilson has, it just plays on YouTube one after another. And the guy's actually made his own seasoning and marketing it under the Justin Wilson name or some part of it. And he contacted Rob, see if he wanted to give it a shot to try. And he's like, I'll give it a try as long as I don't have to say it's good if it ain't good. And he never responded.
Yeah, you don't want an honest opinion. So yeah, maybe I'll try that tomorrow.
Dude, it's really easy. Like I said, if my daughter can do it, you can do it.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow and Sunday, so it's not like I'm gonna be doing anything else.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go that far. He does some weird things in some of his cooking. It's pretty good. I've never put any type of wine in anything I've cooked Cajun. That's more Creole, which is kind of around the New Orleans area. As close as New Orleans is to Lafayette, which is the Acadiana area, the cooking, the further you go to the east, the more different the cooking becomes. A lot of people in New Orleans use tomatoes in the gumbo, and they put their potato salad in the gumbo. They don't use a big roux. They use just a little bit of roux. They thicken it up with cornstarch. They'll add a little bit of kitchen bouquet to color to make the gumbo get the right color they want. And yeah, there's a big difference in cooking. They like it more heat than spice. There's a big difference. But because swamp people make Cajuns cool, people in New Orleans are now Cajuns. Oh, well, there won't be another football game next week. They lost.
Who?
The football team in town.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. But they got a young team.
Yeah. Yeah, we learn something new all the time.
What's interesting? I've been spitting all kind of crap.
I think your thing about how it changes when you go east and
the Creole and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you too, Miss Keeley.
Take care. Have a good night.
After a while, crocodile.
Tell Mike good night too.
Come on, Eric. Come meet us up here.
Chicken nuggets in the oven.
I got about probably 10, 15 minutes before the crew gets home.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we're going on 3 hours already.
I like
I'll have to. So at what time is it? Creole's her favorite. Good night. On that note, good night. So how long does it take to cook? So how long I figure I got to take? A couple hours?
Yeah, maybe 2 hours. And you got to watch, whenever you're going to want to turn the heat up to get it boiling faster. Okay. But you got to watch because that roux I'm in bed under a blanket. I was picking Eric. I'm gonna have to get off here soon. The football game's over. The crew's gonna be coming home. It'll actually foam up on you. You know, you're gonna walk away from it, and the heat's gonna be too high, and it's gonna want to, especially if you cover it. You're gonna be sitting down doing something else, and you get.
Am I supposed to cover it?
You can turn your fire lower, you know, and it'll still. You don't have to run it as hot if you cover it. But until you get to, you know, with the first time it being done, you're going to want to watch it real close until you get it set to where, because all of a sudden it's just going to be like, you know, it hits that point and it wants to turn over. So,
and the roux's done. The roux's done when the chicken's done.
The roux's going to be done before your chicken's done. You want to let your roux, you want to let the roux, after you get it dissolved and everything, you're going to want to let it cook for 15, 20 minutes. They say the longer you
I'm very hungry. What happened? Sure thing. Very hungry. I know I'm getting hungry now too. I might have to. No, it's too late.
Break it out.
No,
well, you ain't gonna work tomorrow.
No, I don't work tomorrow.
The roux, they say the longer you let your roux cook, the better it is, and that does make a difference if you're using homemade roux, because you know you'll end up with a little flour taste, or it's not. People can say what they want. Using the bottled roux makes it so much easier, and you get a more, you know, every time you cook, you can end up with the same flavor, because when you make it homemade, you know, you might get a little bit darker roux, you might get a little bit of burnt roux, you know, using the stuff out the bottles. It's really good and it works. They've come a long way. You know, my grandmother couldn't even tell the difference with the bottled roux or my homemade roux when I'd cook for her. So that's pretty telling. But yeah, 15, 20 minutes of cooking, then you put your chicken in. You know, you let it boil after it's completely dissolved and everything. 15, 20 minutes, let it cook. Then you put your chicken and stuff in there. So, you know, it could be anywhere from an hour and 15 minutes to 2 hours, you know, once your chicken's done. Like you'd probably want to do the fire a little bit lower now for the first time. That way you don't, you know, make a mess, because I ain't lying, dude. It makes a mess. That shit gets sticky. It sticks to the top of the stove. It cracks. You ain't got no idea how it got there. Oh, shoot. Chubs.
Uh-oh.
Chubs is on the way home. We're gonna have to let this go.
Yeah, we're over 3 hours. But so I guess don't go too far tomorrow.
I'll be working in New York.
All right.
If you text me and I don't respond, call. It'd be easier to do that, because my headphones, if I have my headphones on, they don't alert with a text message.
Right. Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm getting me some jambalaya. Poof. What you eating, Jeff?
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to bed too after I eat my jambalaya.
Oh no, I would make that for lunch or breakfast.
You'd eat that for breakfast?
Well, yeah.
No, you eat boudin for breakfast with community coffee.
Well, if you have jambalaya, then you would eat jambalaya for breakfast.
Not for breakfast. No, you eat boudin for breakfast. Jambalaya is not good for breakfast. It's too greasy.
If it's there, you eat it if you're hungry.
You got to learn the ways of the Cajun if you're going to live down here, Jeff.
I'm not going to live down there. I think I'm all right.
All right. Thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed it. It was a good chat.
It's always good. Thanks for coming up and hanging out.
I enjoyed it. It was nice to have a quiet house. Even the dogs quit acting stupid.
Right?
Right. Oh, it's been a while since I had some fried fish. I'm bringing my fishing pole out. I love jalapenos. It's something I tried in my cooking, and I actually use it in everything now. Not the spicy jalapenos. I chop them up. Now people's gonna start coming. Kelly Robinson.
Hi, Kelly. Good. Yes, doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I put some jalapenos in some of the stuff one time, bored while I was at work. I'm like, let me try this. and I put a little bit too much because it was a little bit spicy. But the flavor, just something different. And everybody, all the Cajuns around here got their own thing. Like, oh man, what you season that with? So just new-news, a little bit of garlic powder. I like to put a little bit of a pinch of garlic powder, when I use the new-news. It might be something you want to do with your with the Tonys. I use it with Tonys also. Not the garlic salt, garlic powder, or I like garlic granules more than either one of them. But if that's all you have,
I have garlic granule. I think I have the garlic powder.
then just watch. Don't put much. Maybe a quarter tablespoon, a little bit less than a quarter tablespoon. It don't take much. You can always add more. You can't take out.
Thank you for stopping by. It was great to have you.
Yep. Thank you, man. All right, let me get off of here because the crew's about to show up, and I got to get me something to drink so I can eat my jambalaya.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too.
Have a good one, man. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming up. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Everybody have a good evening.
She's quite drunk.
Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Take care. South Louisiana, boy, you gotta love it. Y'all grow that. Later.
Bye, everyone. Take it easy. Thanks for coming in.